Hello,
Hi.
family, friends, fans, and fellow adventurers. Welcome back to Practical Heroes with our second flagship campaign, The Sands of Syldaris, set in the increasingly more and more homebrew world of Eroth. There's been huge progress. Shout out ChatGPT. But yes. Last time, as I throw my mouse charger away so that I can actually use my mouse wirelessly and not stretch across my entire desk while I'm talking. Last time, stuff happened. You finished Duncan on the tower and his dead body. You did some stuff.
His punk ass.
You relocated the tower's tower to a more strategic point for yourselves as you began renovations, and made a plan to meet up with Urvir from the Runestone Forge. Lo and behold, Urvir and Fan showed up to ferry you from the tower's tower to the Floating Citadel, to embark on the next course of your journey, because more information keeps showing up about some dude called the Magician, and Linger thinks she knows who he is. So you went up to the Floating Citadel, you pretended to be prospective/new students, and you were welcomed by a projection of a mage who told you a little bit about the Floating Citadel as a whole. You made your way over to the closest Students' Welcome Center. And inside there, you got a little bit more information. You met a lovely lizard lady, lovely lizard wizard, as I like to call them.
Mm-hmm.
Chuck gets fans out there.
And through them, you learnt a little bit more about the many campuses. Chester purchased rooms for everyone to stay on the Idali campus, which is one of the finer campuses. Usually the richer students do tend to stay there, and it's got this kind of air of superiority for lodging, simply because the view it offers, not only if you kind of look over the edge of the Floating Citadel, looks across kind of a further expanse of Eroth, because of course Eroth is flat.
Flat earther.
Eroth is not flat.
Eroth is flat. If it's not flat, why is there a shelf? An ice shelf, even.
But it offers a stunning view of the Spiritus Tower, which is formed almost entirely out of crystal or crystalline material. So when the sun hits it at various points during the day, the Idali campus is shrouded in mystical light, effectively.
Okay.
You also heard there was an eclipse coming in 2 days. As I jump over to Obsidian, my new note app. Shout out Obsidian, please sponsor us. It's awesome.
Love you. We love you, Obsidian.
But yes, Obsidian is coming
Fallout
on.
76, amazing.
It is coming on the 10th. There is a ball that will be held, and the moon Kars is being eclipsed by the other 2 moons on the 10th day of the month of Balthus, named after Balthior, the god of dreams. Just dropping more lore on you because I never get the chance to. So, with that, you continued to question the Student Welcome Center. You bought tickets for the Eclipse Ball. You bought the more expensive tickets to attend the ball, which was happening at the Instantia Tower, the central tower at the center of the Floating Citadel, where you have heard there will be speeches from the head dean, Dean Kin, as well as possibly a guest speech from Dean Westmaris, who you also heard commonly resides either in the Corpus Tower or in his own personal tower. He does have personal lodgings at the Corpus Tower as well. That is his tower. Each of the main deans has a tower. You didn't really get this last time because I forgot to tell you. But each dean kind of primarily resides in a specific cardinal tower. They do also have their own personal towers for keeping more personal stuff separate. But they are able to sleep and stay in one of the cardinal towers. And Dean Kin resides in the Instantia Tower at the center. Each tower also kind of correlates to specific campuses. So, for example, the Instantia Tower resides over the campuses that have vanished from my notes. That was also just a bad pick.
Thanks,
as well.
Obsidian.
The Animus Tower, to be a much better example, resides over the Eveldil campus and the Isenaeus campus, and the Spiritus Tower resides over the Adali campus. You can see it on the map. It sort of makes sense. They go round clockwise, and then the Instantia Tower just vibes in the center.
Does that mean there's 4 deans, or is there the main
There
dean
are
gets the
4
center one?
deans, and the 5th dean is the head dean.
And he gets the middle tower, right?
He gets the middle tower, yes. Or
Yeah,
she.
yeah. Makes sense.
Dean Kin is a she. But yes, where we'd left off, you were just having a little wander round. You went through a little bit of shopping. You met Balar Bilon, the curious curator and collector of the finest curios. And fuck, damn it, that's the first time I've ever stumbled over Balar Bilon's stuff, and I've practiced it so hard that I wouldn't do that. But yes, he is also the benevolent benefactor and businessman, boisterous businessman of the Bizarre Bazaar. There we go. Bizarre Bazaar. Yes, you spent all of your money buying magical items from him. And then he vanished because he's a genie. They do that. And that was where we'd left off. You guys bought a bunch of stuff and you were deciding what to do next, which I believe, as we were just briefly discussing before we came live, you were debating heading to the Adali campus, finding your lodgings, and heading to sleep, potentially. But with all of that in mind, what would you guys like to do? As you can see, Linger looks a little bit uncomfortable in the bright light right now, as well as just the general discomfort that she seemed to be feeling ever since you've set foot on the Floating Citadel.
Well, then perhaps get in our room, settled in, settled down, settled mints. Would be a good idea.
I agree.
I see. Warden nods. We have a quorum.
Sorry, I was just silently adjusting Steph's cam because the way I'd done it until now, she was just half off the screen.
That sounds like me.
There we go. Now she's actually centered. Jesus, Max with the 28 months.
Jesus, Max.
Jesus, man.
Maniac. And now Steph is off center again. Why? Steph, stay where you are. Because you are centered in Zoom, and I keep just not centering you right, apparently. There we go. Clearly, I've just set up the cameras weirdly. There we go, now we're all centered.
There we go. We're all done.
Cool. Hi, just
Back
Max.
it in.
So,
He's just Max.
I'm just Max. Okay. I don't think I can do all of it. Okay.
are you just heading straight to the Adali campus?
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, there are a few ways you can sort of go about getting there. You can simply walk. Of course, that's always an option. There are walkways all the way throughout the Floating Citadel, but Linger would also point out to you it does very much seem to have prevailed from when she was at the Floating Citadel, as she has mentioned previously. The waterways do seem to have remained the same. So obviously, as you can see from the map, and I'll just put it briefly on the screen for the audience to remind themselves of what the Floating Citadel looks like. There are waterways that connect the towers to each other and the main campuses to each other. So as you're kind of walking around, you can see as well, there is basically like these enchanted waterways. You can see there are enchanted boats that are ferrying passengers between towers, between campuses. They are just effortlessly gliding across the water. There's no ripples, no wake, no splash. They just glide through the water perfectly, serenely. No one seems to be piloting them. You see people just kind of step into the boat and just the boat starts moving. You can, of course, see there are various people flying around using flying spells, flying implements, and there are...
Someone has that broom that I really want.
There are various noobs just walking. Filthy casuals just walking.
Healthy casual.
Well, those are some boats there. Shiver me timbers, you might say.
I like the boats. They're pretty cool.
Yeah, I want a folding boat. You ever hear one of those? It's like a boat, but you fold it up.
No.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that. I didn't know you could fold a boat. Huh.
You can fold anything if you're strong enough.
That is true.
I guess so. I'm not really strong, so that kind of like, isn't an option for me. I can barely fold a piece of paper. That's a joke. I'm joking. I can't.
Oh,
fold.
okay. I was gonna say,
In the background,
paper's not very
Warden's
strong.
bending a crowbar.
Right. It's just folded into like 4 pieces. Okay,
Warden
wow.
Bender Philakis.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
That's quite a shiny metal ass you have there.
No.
Would you like to bite it?
Bitch, I quit.
Not allowed.
There.
Okay. No, yeah, I'm trying out my new jokes. So, it's just Mura takes a piece of paper out and tries to fold it. It's very difficult for her to do. She gets there. Yeah. So, like, we're gonna go to the the tower that we bought the tickets for and go to bed, right?
Yeah. We got our room. We gotta hunker down, take a sleazy a little bit. It's like Linger wouldn't mind a little rest.
I think she wouldn't. I wouldn't mind a little rest. I love a little rest.
Linger
A little
just
nappy.
smile, little pained, semi-smile. She's still working on the smiling, and just yes, I could do with some rest.
Let's do it. Let's go rest.
Woo!
We go rest.
Okay. So are you walking, boating, flying?
Boating,
Oh.
if we can, would be cool.
Yeah, boating.
There's boats, and it also so kind of as you approach kind of the edge of the waterways, they are kind of recessed in so that people don't necessarily just walk straight off the edge and fall into water. And you can see kind of as people approach them, the railings just sort of split apart seamlessly and open up for people to just pass through. Steps start to slide out from this ridge down, and people can step down. As they get near the water, a boat seems to just rise up out of the water, perfectly dry, and they just climb inside. As you get close, you can hear people speaking out loud, kind of saying destinations from the sound of it. So you hear one of them say kind of Iveldil campus, and they climb in the boat, and it starts ferrying them down the river, or down the waterway even. So you climb into a boat, and presumably one of you says Idali campus.
What do we know to do that? We have the dumb ones here.
We would know. We bought the ticket.
Well, this
we
is what I'm
bought
saying.
the
okay.
lodging.
You hear people and see people saying and doing this as they get
Alright,
close.
Take
But
me
I
to the
think-
moon.
Nothing happens.
Oh,
We just try to hold up our ticket.
As
Take
Linger
us to ticket.
Well,
Yeah.
last time I was here, it was
take us the ticket.
Idali campus, and the boat starts moving.
Ah, yeah. Thank you.
It can take you directly to towers. It can take you to the campus, but your lodging is in the campus itself. And as you head over, the Idali campus is situated in this kind of eastern quadrant. I did make it quite nice and easy for myself and split the Floating Citadel into 4 quadrants, then north, east, southwest, and then the towers are in kind of the corner points, which I thought would be fun. It's obviously, as you've seen on the map, but also for our audience as well, it's situated between the Corpus and the Spiritus Tower. And as you're kind of on your way there, Linger would be... actually, no, Linger wouldn't be explaining to you because it's a newer campus. So the Idali campus is more known for its kind of beautiful gardens, the more serene environment. The focus around there is more towards the arts of enchantment, illusion, divination. As the boat is just floating along the water is crystal clear as you look down. And you can see, and it's also entirely likely part of the reason why the boats don't seem to disturb the water at all. There is fish. There is fish in the water. There is marine life existing in the waterways. And they are seemingly completely unfazed and undisturbed by the boats moving through the waterways. And as the boat docks at the Idali campus and sort of lifts up slightly, stairs slide out from the wall for you to disembark. The architecture here, in kind of comparison to the previous campus you were in, blends a lot more seamlessly in many ways with nature. It kind of blends in with the gardens that you can see, the serene environment, even though these buildings are crafted from kind of white marble. A lot of them are marble, crystal, enchanted wood from the looks of it. You can see as you're kind of disembarking, there are gardens, there are these kind of shimmering fountains, and there are pathways kind of through these gardens, through the trees, that are just lined with magic glowing lanterns.
Well, this will be a pretty place.
I like the lanterns.
Yeah, they're pretty nice.
They're pretty nice. I like them a lot. I like them a lot.
As you kind of get close to one of them, you can
wanna
see
steal
there are these kind of glowing pixies inside the lantern, and as you're kind of looking, a small pixie flies over to one of the lanterns, kind of knocks on the side, and a small door opens in the side of the lantern, and the pixie that was inside flies out and changes with the one that flies in, who shuts the door, and the other one flies off to get some rest and recharge.
Do you think I can build a pixie house?
I hope they want to be doing this. That's all.
Hey, pixies, do you want to be doing this?
Are you shouting
Do you
to
have
the
a
one that's
fair
flying
wage?
away?
100%.
Just kind of like cartoon skids to a halt in the air, spins around, and oh hell!
Hi. Do you want to? Are you happy with your current job? Are you doing this of your own free? Okay, cool.
All right.
A lot of us were rescued from failed summonings, and a lot of us have just been kind of found and brought in.
That's cute.
Some of the lifers have pixie kids, and we're just kind of born into the role. We're paid pretty well for it.
Oh, that's good.
We get free food and lodging. You know.
Do you have dental insurance?
Oh yeah.
Okay, that's
Oh
good.
yeah.
I think
You
it's a
wouldn't
bit of a
believe
tooth
how
fairy.
many Ultimate Frisbee games accidentally knock out pixie teeth as we're flying to recharge.
Not these nerds playing fucking Ultimate Frisbee.
It's real ultimate here with the magic.
Wow. I've only
As you
ever
watch
played
this
default
flaming
frisbee.
frisbee just scorches through the air.
Ooh,
Well,
that's
as long
just
as
like
you're
the
happy.
planet. Oh, sorry.
Oh no,
I was
go
gonna say-
ahead.
That flying disc reminds me of this planet flown through space.
I see. You're a flat earther, huh?
Oh my god.
There's actually a Scientology... No, there's not a Scientology meeting on campus next week. There is not.
Don't say that.
I gotta check my Thetans out, actually. So yeah, that's good.
But yeah, life's pretty chill for the pixies here. We can leave whenever we want.
That's cool. Hey, look, if you ever want to go on an adventure, I'd be happy to build you a little pixie house.
That sounds pretty cool.
Okay, I'm. She's like, I have to use my code name with the pixie. I'm Mura. Hi.
Oh yeah,
I'm
what the hell is my
don't-
name?
Don't tell anybody. I have a code name. It's Ebony.
Whoa.
Oh,
It's mine again.
it's like that, is it? He kind of
Yeah.
scooches in a little bit closer and your kids want to buy some pixie dust?
Yeah.
Ooh,
What is
yeah.
that? What does it do? Is it like?
It's pixie
Is
dust.
this a drug? Is this a
Yeah.
drug thing?
Looks over at Warden.
more-
So chill.
Yeah, sure, man.
You cool, man?
You're kind of looking at me funny. You
Yeah.
cool?
Yeah, he is very cool. He is the coolest, and so is Chester. Oh shit. We've got code names, but it's not a big deal. For this, is there anybody else on this boat?
Rolls for big deal. No, it's just you guys.
Okay, but yeah, it's not a big deal. Yeah, sure. Like, what do I use pixie dust for?
Well, people around here just kind of, give it a little, you know?
I don't know. I'm
do.
sorry.
I used to be in a band.
This guy gets it.
This guy gets it.
Kind of fucking daps you up.
Jackie Daytona is my name.
That's right.
He just kind of like slowly opens this little waistcoat he's wearing, and you can just see little baggies lining the waistcoat.
You sell this to kids? Like students? Not children.
Oh yeah, children? No, these are all like university students, bro.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. Okay, how much for a little baggie?
3 silver.
I got you. Wait, actually, I don't know if I got you.
Here's a gold. Give me one for each of us. How about?
Hell yeah, brother. And he just kind of clicks his fingers, and a bunch of little baggies float out of his waistcoat and into Chester's hand, and the coin flies out of your hand and just drifts over to him and just kind of shrinks in size as it reaches him.
Oh yeah, I forgot the fairies could do that. I actually
It's all
played
a
a fairy.
perspective thing, like when I'm close to you, everything's really big, but when I'm really far away, it's really small, you know? Perspective magic.
Oh,
Like Lord of the Rings.
yeah.
Oh. What's Lord of the Rings?
I have no idea.
Me either.
This is what happens when
Yeah.
Lindsay's not here. Mum's not here.
Yeah. Woo! Mira's like, okay, well, thank you. If you ever want a new home, you could always come and find me. I'm Mura, and I'll build you a little house.
Cool.
Cool.
See you around.
Hey,
Just
bye.
little
I
trail of
think that-
pixie dust.
She turns to everyone and she's like, I think he was a drug dealer.
Yeah, pretty sure.
Yes, I
Says
think
Chester
that's why
already
he's.
rubbing it on his gun.
Let's go.
I believe that's why he sold you drugs.
Yeah, that was my first clue.
Wait.
So yeah, you've got some pixie dust now.
Oh, poor Lindsay. She's gonna come back and we're gonna be like high as fuck.
Poor Lindsay, says Steph, knowing full well that when you went to see Chester's band, Linger made you drugs.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right. Poor Lindsay. Linger is
so,
not here to get the amount of drugs that she requires.
we taking pixie dust, or we heading straight for long rest?
I am heading straight for long rest.
I think maybe a little sniff before bed, just to get those good dreams.
Get them good.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah, I think Warden I think the last time Warden tried it at Chester's or tried anything like that was at Chester's show. So I think he's still a little hesitant to try it again. It's I kind of lost myself last time.
Well, we'll be here to find you.
Okay. So you head to your lodgings at the Adali campus.
Mhm.
You each have separate rooms, I'm assuming.
Yeah, what are
Yes.
those run? I can't remember if I don't think I already paid for them.
I think we sorted the payment last session.
Okay.
We
So
did.
that's all good.
Mhm.
Because there's a lot of magic in the Floating Citadel, so you can just sort of go to one place and be like, hey, can I have this thing in that other place and pay for it there, and the payment will get to that other place.
Mm.
And the thing you want
Like
from that other
PayPal.
place will get to where you are. It's super useful, and the Floating Citadel is just entirely one big convenience for me. So, you head to your rooms. Chester, as you're just kind of setting all your stuff down, you take out the pixie dust, you do a little bump, first thing that happens is kind of the edges of your vision starts to get a little fuzzy, a little colourful. You feel almost like that reverse feeling of like a sinking stomach, like your stomach is lifting, and you feel a lot lighter all of a sudden, and you're not sure if you're just tripping out or what, and then you look down and your feet are about an inch off the floor.
I'm flying. But, sort of. Maybe if I think happy thoughts, I'll go up.
Well, as you do this one tiny little bump is enough for a little bit of levitation, as Chester is just currently drifting around the room. But, like, never more than, like, 2.5 inches off the ground. Just a little bit of movement up and down.
He's going to try to, put his jams on, and by that I mean pajamas. And then situate himself like that inch above the bed, and then go to bed.
Excellent. Right as you're about to drift off to sleep, like, when you're in that sweet spot where you're drifting off, there's nothing you can do about it, and you are about to let sleep take you, it wears off and you just suddenly drop into the bed.
Hey.
And everyone has their lovely long rest. You wake up the next morning. Chester is no longer floating. It's interesting as you kind of wake up in these rooms. There are like blackout curtains effectively, but at the same time you are able to perfectly see through them, but they don't let light into the room effectively. So while the curtain is down, you can sleep without light being let into the room, but you wake up and you can see as you look at the curtain that the sun is kind of cresting over the floating citadel, and you can see as it is being cast through the Spiritus Tower, there is just this kind of prismatic spray almost over the campus as a whole. As you look at some of the other buildings that have crystalline elements, they are also kind of reflecting this light all over the place. And it means that some of these gardens, some of these foresty areas that you were seeing around almost look like mosaic gardens in a way. The trees look like they are like stained glass mosaic trees from how the light is just falling over them.
Oh, it's so pretty.
You start to get the realization as to why that Students' Welcome Center lady told you a lot of people find the Adali campus the most impressive and the most... It's her favorite. It was her recommendation because she said she liked the effect of the Spiritus Tower over the campus, and you can see why.
Yeah.
And as you kind of open the blind, this kind of rainbow falls in and across the room, which I imagine is Mura's perfect scenario right now, whereas Linger is
actually,
like,
yeah.
Oh god, no, the darkness, take me back.
Mura like lays on the floor where the rainbow is and is just like, I am a rainbow too. So nobody's in this room with her, so nobody hears that, but like she's like, I feel at one with the rainbow.
Meanwhile, in Linger's room, Rainbow Rib is pretending to melt from the color. He's just there like,
Happy Pride Month, by the way.
Yeah, happy Pride Month.
Totally unintended, but yeah.
Yeah, why
not? Good campus to pick for Pride Month. Good job. You did it on purpose. We did it on purpose because we're nice
You did it
people.
on purpose.
You did it.
Cool. So you've woken up. What would you like to do?
Dawn of a new day.
Yeah.
Mira searches her bag for beer since she still has that.
Yeah.
I should have just let you forget, but I would never forget.
Unfortunately, given that it's Mura, you have no beer in your bag.
I need a beer.
All you find is a bunch of juice boxes.
No!
What do you need a beer for? I don't remember.
I have permanent madness. Permanent? Slight madness?
Yeah.
Semi-permanent madness? What is it,
Indefinite
bitch?
madness.
Indefinite.
Oh,
So
perfect.
I gotta get fixed. Like,
All right. Do we know this? Have you told us this?
yeah.
I don't know if
Okay.
she necessarily told you, but she did start saying she wanted alcohol last session, which was quite jarring, and a few people did comment on it.
Yeah, Mira's like, I would really like a beer, like every session.
Breakfast beer.
Yeah, breakfast beer. And she's never had any alcohol before. So, a bit
All
strange.
right. Well, that's sort of a little different. How long have you felt this way? Yeah. Pretend I'm Freud.
I
That took me a second.
Ever since I touched that weird crystal thing in the tower, and then I was like, wow, beer sounds great.
All right. Well, putting 2 and 3 together, I would say that you're under a horrible curse that will kill you in a matter of hours. We have to hurry.
No! I'm gonna die.
Unfortunately,
No, it's-
Linger's not here with you.
Oh no.
It's actually probably not that, but I do think it is a choice of some sort. So maybe we can go. I'm sure there's somewhere in town. It's usually more of a like religious type of thing. I feel like to get rid of this sort of stuff. But then again, I don't know for sure.
I don't know anything. One time I knew someone who was very religious. He's not here.
Pour
He's
one out
really
for Sam.
busy. Pour one out for Sam. But that's okay. I'm sure he could fix it if he knew, but he is not here and doesn't know. It's fine.
You know, a good place to start, I find, in a fancy little inn like this, start with the concierge.
Oh, okay, yeah.
They can get you anything.
I've never even heard of one of those.
Funny you should mention that. The minute Chester mentions concierge, Chester, you are familiar, very familiar with this feeling of an unseen servant as kind of the hairs on the back of your neck prickle.
No.
You can't obviously see them, but you get the sense that an unseen servant has suddenly arrived at your location at the mention of a concierge.
He's going to pull out one of his little felt mustaches. Here you are, just so you don't freak everyone out like you have done me.
You guys see the moustache sticks in place.
Oh my gosh, there's a floating mustache.
My friend here appears to be under some sort of curse, we do believe. Is there anywhere in the city where we could get that rectified?
Do you have a beer?
There is a brief pause, and you watch as the moustache just totters off into the distance before returning with a tray with a single
I
beer
like
on
an
it.
IPA.
Oh no, we need to go immediately.
It's very refreshing.
We're just getting started.
Grapefruit
I hate
IPA.
IPAs.
Oh, is it a grapefruit IPA? Mira would drink the fuck out of that. I love grapefruit. It messes with all my medications.
I should have gone for berry just because it would kill Steph.
Immediately on the spot.
All right, well, that will
Let me
offer some
check.
temporary reprieve, I suppose.
Let me double check because each tower does actually focus on a
Yeah, maybe we can
specific
fix
thing.
this. That would be something. Oh, my puppy wants me.
Bu- 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 bu. advanced research, necromancy, anatomy, physical enhancement, and corporeal magic. That could work. Life magic, nature spell, and druidic arts. That could work. Here we go. Also on the tray is a campus welcome pamphlet opened to it looks like a standard trifold, but like it folds open way more than it should, and it's folded over now onto the page about the Idali campus and the Spiritus Tower, and it's a whole page that's like, welcome to the Idali campus, where you'll be able to see the Spiritus Tower, mastered by Dean Leora Vex, and it sort of goes on about the similar things that you've kind of noticed on your way here, how it focuses a lot more on nature and connection to spiritual things, and it starts, there's kind of like a brief profile on Dean Leora Vex, and she, as you can see as you're kind of reading through the pamphlet, her specialities are ethereal and spiritual magics, divination, and celestial magic. And there's just kind of like a brief blurb that says, Leora is serene and introspective with a deep connection to the celestial realms. She is a skilled mediator and counselor, providing guidance and wisdom to those in need. Her gentle nature hides a formidable power when it comes to protecting her students and the Citadel. Consider joining the Idali campus. And there's like 3 happy students with their thumbs up.
Oh my gosh.
Some familiars
she sounds
kind of
cool.
floating above them.
Yeah. I like the sound of this individual, and I think she could help us. You know what? I did have a thought.
Yes.
Just since we're going there anyways, what do you know of your ability to sense ley lines?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe she can shed some light on that if you don't know how it works and stuff.
I have no idea how it works. Just that
That's kind of what I thought, so that's why I mentioned it.
I just woke up one day and I was like, wow, there's like lines in the earth.
Mira's here like, I don't know how magic works. I just do
Just
it.
do it. Hi, I'm a sorcerer. Welcome
Linger
to being
in
a
the
sorcerer.
background, nose bleeding, doesn't know why.
Yeah, I'm pretty
I don't
sure
know, man, I
magic
just do
from,
magic.
Yeah, just from like words and music and stuff. It's
What?
pretty
Like
easy,
it's hard?
really.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why don't we head there?
Sounds good. I'd love to get more information. I think someone should write it down though, because I'm not really good at remembering things. She like leans in. Well, I don't know how she's gonna lean in because she's like 3 foot nothing, and Chester and Warden are both so tall. So she gets up on a chair, which I assume there is one, and then she's like, I kind of have like a memory problem. I
think.
No.
I don't remember.
I don't remember. Yeah, it really has recently come to light that I think that I don't remember a lot of stuff.
Now, do you think it's a magical block to your memories of some sort? Maybe she can help with that as well.
Yeah. So here's the thing. She whispers even more. She's like, so I kind of went into the Feywilds, but I can't say that to people because I was told before, and I really remember this because it was like, I believe Sem, my good friend, told me.
Sam
It was like,
if you tell anyone, they will kill you.
fucking die. Yeah.
You will be locked up.
He was like, hey, I know this happened to you, but like most people think it's heretical, so don't do that. And I was like, oh, and he told me it a lot. I remembered it. So
All right,
I'm not.
So obviously we're gonna have to turn you in. So I guess it's been nice knowing you.
Mhm.
No. You guys aren't supposed to turn me in. You guys are my friends.
Oh, I see.
Oh, okay.
All right,
Mura
all
gets
right.
thrown into jail immediately.
All right. Just is there a reward of any kind for the turning in of people?
No. See, you don't get like. There's no reward. So see, there's no incentive to. There is a reward. There's a reward. Do I know that? I wouldn't. I wouldn't know that though.
You guys would know in general. Like it depends on where you are and the
Oh shit.
rules of the place.
Oh fuck.
Trying to remember where everyone's from now. Warden,
way up
maybe
north.
not as much because obviously you're from the Silent Isle, where yes, there is a bit of the influence from the nearby continent, but like you guys kind of govern yourselves. There would have been a few times where like Thistlewood emissaries were like, "Come join the dynasty," and they were like, "No," and the Knights of Jura came over and were like, "Come join the Kingdom of Jura. We're liberating Azith from those fucking elves," and everyone was like, "No." But Chester, being from Dragon's End, from memory, the Floating Citadel is very heavily governed by the dynasty. They are under Zeroth dynasty rule, which is the Empire of Thistlewood, the capital of the upper half of Azith. It's I'm just going to get this out the way again because we had to last campaign. It's My World's Australia. It started as a frozen island that they would just banish criminals to, and then the criminals were like, "We're gonna start our own country, eh?"
Arr, no! Finally, I gotta do my Australia.
What if we start our own country, right?
No.
But yeah, so being from the Halidor Isles, you would know that heretics and the like would often get sent to Dragon's End for questioning in Dragon's End, and then likely deported over to Thistlewood for final sentencing if it was serious enough. People turning them in would, depending on the situation, range from kind of a small gold reward to where there had been like actual like underground heretical societies and things being turned in. They might not necessarily have been commonly spoken about, but especially with the circles Chester has run in, like the people that turned them in end up pretty set for life, even if it's not discussed. They're taken care of.
Mira, you don't by chance have a secret underground cult revolving around all this? Anything of that nature?
Why would I have that?
You would also know
just checking.
that the current Emperor Zeroth has a fairly zero tolerance policy on heresy. There is quite heavy restriction of magic use inside Thistlewood. In the Halidor Isles in general, the licensing is still in place, but slightly more lax. So Chester probably does have a magic license lying around somewhere, but it would need updating because he's now got more powerful spells than he used to. And it's based on spell power or spell levels. And given Chester's original background, it's probably not the most legit license.
It's not a real license at all.
Like
Chester's
it's
like that
probably
guy.
real, but like counterfeit. Like it's not entirely legit. It's not entirely illegit. It's just that perfect medium where like, unless you're in Thistlewood, you probably don't really have to worry about it.
It's like having it's like calling your moral support dog like a service dog, you know?
Yeah.
Just to
Oh
get them
my
into like
gosh.
places.
My name's McLovin on it.
Yeah.
My God. Or I was gonna say it's like that guy who was like driving his car and got like into his court appearance for his suspended license, and he's like, "No, I definitely have a license and it wasn't suspended." And they're like, "Actually, you've never had a license ever." And he's like,
That was such
Saw
a
that.
roller coaster. Oh man.
I understood that reference.
"God."
But yeah.
So
Definitely something
do
you
I have
discuss in
to-
hushed tones.
So do I have to talk about my secret society, my secret underground society now?
Although, to be fair, Linger did mention when you arrived here, heresy stuff is much less frowned upon in the Floating Citadel.
Makes
They
sense.
will research it. There are limits on it, but they're not entirely closed off to it. And I'd say kind of generic world lore. Chester's probably aware that this is a thing that goes on in the Floating Citadel, and Thistlewood probably aren't entirely happy about it, but also it's that sort of situation of like, they do it over there, it's separate from everyone else on this floating island, separated from everything. The Arcane Brotherhood keep it under locks, they're doing it safely, so until it's not safe, we can just kind of pretend that everything's okay and we're happy with it.
Logic.
I don't want to end up in prison, so I don't want to talk about anything that's underground right now.
All right, I think that's good. We'll see what she can
Chester
figure
does
out.
not. Chester is no stranger to that sort of situation. Cool.
We'll see what they can figure out, and we'll just leave that. And we'll leave that little tidbit out of it.
Yeah. Listen, Mura like leans in and she's like, listen, if I knew anything about anybody that was underground, I have been strictly told not to mention any underground entrances, any underground places that I might have lived, any underground people that I might know, or any underground places where I could have a house.
All right, moles.
Yeah, moles.
Mole men.
Don't mention them. Chud. You familiar with a chud? It's a cannibalistic humanoid underground dweller.
No, I've
Do
never.
you not know
I've
the
never-
chuds? That's such
You
a
don't know
Steph
about the
thing to
chud?
know.
never heard this word in my life.
What about Chud 2? I think they made a second one.
What is this?
The old movie.
Oh my
Old
gosh,
bad horror movie.
that's funny.
Oh,
No, I don't like horror.
Chud 2, Bud the Chud.
Oh my gosh, that's so
That's
funny.
what it's called.
That's hilarious.
Oh my God.
Mira's like, no, I've never met a chud.
All right, well, count yourself lucky.
Yeah, okay, I will. I'm that luck counted.
As another beer is brought over,
Oh my god, thanks.
takes the empty glass.
All right, let's make that one a Rhodian head out.
She does like the
It's a
thing
walk
where
me
you
down.
you take two hands and you drink it like this instead of like sipping it like a normal human.
Like a kid.
Yeah, like a child. Thank you. Like a child who's really scared of spilling their first big boy glass.
Uh-huh.
We've all been there.
Okay, cool.
Just me? No, okay.
What's the plan?
Go there. Do the
Yeah, go.
things.
Go there, talk to the lady.
You head through the campus then. Can everyone give me some perception checks real quick?
Oh no. I mean, I can. I don't know if I should.
20, 30, 20.
Damn.
7. I'm very focused on my beer.
Yeah, the whole time you're walking down, you're like, how do they get the bubbles in this?
Wow. Yeah.
Chester, accustomed as you are to keeping one ear on companion conversations and one ear to the ground, which I do think is just entirely reasonable for Chester in general. He's probably got quite used to listening to conversations he's interested in, but also keeping an ear out around town, especially because of that background feature. You can see there are a lot of Arcane Brotherhood kind of walking around at the moment. They are some of kind of the head honchos, but they are also like effectively the town guard here. Where has it gone? Here we go. They're also like a combination school board and town guard, which is pretty fun.
No, it's not.
This is terrifying.
That's the opposite of fun.
you would also know as well, in general, a lot of locations around the world, but also specifically those who are part of kind of the continent of Azith, those who are in the primary Gulf, will request Brotherhood mages to kind of join them and be like their court wizards and things like that. So it's similar in a way as well to oh my god,
The Witcher?
yes, the Brotherhood. Are they the Brotherhood in The Witcher as well?
I
Either way,
forget
the
what their
mages in
name
that
is.
similar
Yeah.
type deal where people can request an Arcane Brotherhood mage. You would probably know Dragon's End, the capital of the Halador Isles, has, or had rather, the court wizard for Dragon's End was once a member of the Arcane Brotherhood, had originally come to Dragon's End under that agreement, and for some reason there's kind of like a rumor that there was like a disagreement between him and the Brotherhood. He left the Brotherhood and has remained in Dragon's End as the court wizard. And that is Axil. Shout out Campaign 1.
Cool.
But
It's like Yennefer
yes.
in that regard.
Except not as hot. Depending on who you ask.
I was gonna say, hey, you don't know that.
But yeah, so you can kind of see these Brotherhood members walking around. They are quite easily identifiable. They all wear kind of similar robes. Some of them have kind of like battle mage style plate robes and things like that. But all of them without fail have the same symbol somewhere emblazoned on it, which is this kind of curled, emblazoned eye that represents the vigilant watch over the Citadel and their unwavering pursuit of knowledge. And you can see kind of a few of these Brotherhood members are just kind of talking amongst themselves and keeping an eye out on the streets. And as your bugbear ear kind of pricks up, you can hear them just kind of discussing amongst themselves something to do with they are kind of just keeping an eye out at the moment because they've been hearing some reports, possibly a student. They're not entirely sure whether it's a student or just a mage visiting the Citadel or a prospective student, but they seem to be causing some amount of havoc with their magic everywhere they go. And the Brotherhood seem to be not necessarily on high alert. It doesn't seem like there's threat of danger or death. It's just like there's nonsense and havoc seems to follow everywhere they go, and the Brotherhood are on alert, keeping an eye out for this fool who is causing issues.
Like, if this is a terrorist level, what, like, are we at, like, orange?
I don't know, because we don't have the same thing.
Wow, you think that they would have fucking standardized that by now?
I don't think we have the same thing. I don't know. We don't really talk about it.
Retro British,
if
are
we're
you?
going on a yeah, I know, right? If we're going on a sliding scale of like silliness from Mura to Linger, probably sitting around a Chester.
Okay. I think honestly, okay, this is the threat level, like mage threat level. Warden, Mura, Chester, Linger, I think is the...
He's threat level dragon.
He's
threat level midnight.
You committed to terrorist threat levels now, so there you go.
Okay, well,
yeah, we
Chester
can
has
contact the UN. He needs to contact the UN, the UN, tell them that we have a new system for them that they can just totally standardize for free. You know,
absolutely.
Oh God.
Yeah, Chester will relay. And what do you think? Maybe I just go ask them what the Citadel looks like and what they've done, and then that way we can keep our peoples peeled for them. Could be an ally, could be an enemy. Who's to say?
I think that's a great idea, Chester. You're so smart.
Well, you know, I'm a bit of a jack of all trades, you might say. Gentlemen, please, if I may have a moment of your time.
Roll credits. These three kind of Brotherhood members turn. It is a human, an elf, and a gnome.
Finally, someone at my height.
I couldn't help it over here, having a bit of a trouble with a roguish type in terms of the magics, and me and my friends are new to the city. We were just wondering, maybe if we see this individual, we can lend some aid. What pray tell do they look like? What have they done?
The gnome kind of steps forward. They've got kind of like hazel eyes, kind of like a bit of an afro going on. With kind of like the sides braided and kind of tied around the back, and then kind of these long green robes with the Arcane Brotherhood symbol, and a squirrel perched on their shoulder.
Square. Sorry.
And she steps forward. Well, we've not really heard much about a description. We're sort of keeping an eye out. Generally, it's more of a description of what seems to be occurring around them rather than a description of the person themselves. By the time the description of the person themselves is being considered, they're sort of gone. But from what we've heard so far, they sort of seem to have been seen around a few of the campuses now, and we think there might be some sort of wild magic involved. We're not entirely sure, but they seem to be. It's strange. Some people have reported to us they've been challenged to a game of riddles, and then when they lose, there's these surges of magic or wild magic, or we're not quite sure. Recently, there was one happened after a lecture in, let's pick a random tower, in the Animus Tower.
Whoa.
After a
Or the
lecture.
Animus.
Where one of the students had kind of stayed behind to gather their things. They were challenged to a game of riddles, and when they lost, a lot of the books and pencils and study materials suddenly animated and started to attack them, but not in a dangerous way, more in a very annoying, being battered around the head by a couple of books kind of way and chased out of the room by a chair.
Sounds like a poltergeist.
By the time they came to report it to us, they couldn't remember what the person looked like.
Sounds like a sort of a trickster god kind of thing going around magics and such.
I believe there was a mention of some sort of mismatched clothing, but other than that, the description was a bit lacking, I'm afraid. So
Mura looks at herself.
We're sort of more keeping an eye out for the disturbance itself rather than the person, if that makes sense.
Okay, he wants to do an insight check because of last time that he didn't do it and they got screwed.
Sure.
So now he's a little more wary.
What are you inciting? What's the vibe you're trying to pick up?
To see if these
they
people
the tower?
are they the tower? One. And if they're being on the up and up, and if they're eyeing us or looking at Mura specifically. 17.
Pretty good accent too, Mitch, by the way.
Thank you. So, kind of first things first, it seems very clear to you now that you've done an insight check that this is in fact the tower's cousin.
Oh god,
I knew it.
I fucking knew it.
No. So, yeah, I mean, everything you've been told so far, everything seems pretty on the surface. They don't seem to be hiding anything. It genuinely seems like it's the sort of thing of like, these people are new here, and they are saying they are kind of touring around the campus, so it's in our best interest to tell them, because then they can keep themselves safe if they end up near this stuff happening. They are warned. Like, this genuinely seems like generic concerned town guard type deal.
All right, well, I thank you for your time, and should I come across this individual, I will alert the authorities. Yes.
Absolutely. Keep a lookout for the eye. And kind of points to the
Aye.
sigil. All three of them sigh in unison. They've heard that joke before.
Okay,
And
well,
they're
he's
sick
just,
of it.
Like when something doesn't ring up at the grocery store, right? You're like, is it free?
he's gonna turn to Mura and Mura. Okay, so if we get in a riddle off, keep in mind the riddle, what's in my pocket, because then they will just get it wrong. It's a little trick I learned.
What's in? Wait, what do I say to them? What's in my pocket?
They'll say, okay, give me a riddle, because you got mine right. Obviously, we would. And then you say, okay, my riddle is what's in my pocket, because then they just won't know.
Question.
Oh,
Shoot, answer.
They thought about the not have pockets.
Well, then that makes the question even harder. It's impossible at that point.
oh my God! It's foolproof.
It is foolproof.
Absolutely foolproof. We've done it. Chester has cracked it. It's foolproof. They could never.
Let's go
beat
get
this.
you sorted.
Okay. What house am I going into?
Gryffindor.
Yeah, like no.
I didn't get
Mura would get kicked out. Sorry. Also, happy Pride Month. Fuck J.K. Rowling. Anyway. Sorry. Sorry.
Okay, so you carry on your journey to the Spiritus Tower. This kind of like rainbow display is just constantly shifting throughout the day as you make your way across the campus, and it is quite a large campus. It does take about half the day to get from one side of it to the other, and obviously you arrived on the other side of it because you came from the Ullabeen campus, which should be Ullabeen. Hold on, has it still not updated properly? Because I did update the map. It should say Ullabeen, and it does not.
Hello, Bean.
I did change the map, and it has not updated itself.
Oh, shame.
The map just really wants to be Aloe Bean, so
Honestly.
LL Bean.
LLP. Well, I get everything I need to hike here.
Can someone roll for me some percentiles, please?
Ooh, I think it's my turn. Just 1d100.
Yes, please.
Coming right up. It's gonna be an 87.
Ooh, great number.
The tower.
Ah!
I had a sudden realization as well when I was doing some planning for this, after typing the word tower for like the 50th time, realizing that you guys have just come from sorting out all of Warden's trauma and backstory around a guy called the Tower and immediately gone to a place full of towers. Warden is just like having complete PTSD right now, just like doesn't know
just
where to
there's a tower.
Everywhere you look, there's a tower.
Or just keeps pulling out the Aether rifle just whenever he gets jump scared.
Cool. With an 87, nothing happens. That's fine. You
But if we'd gotten an 86, there would have been a giant purple.
Oh well, then Warden gets 86'd.
I understood that reference. 86. It's at like a restaurant when you 86 something, it's off the menu. Like,
yeah, Warden would have just died.
Sorry.
So, you make your way over to the Spiritus Tower. And it is this enormous crystalline structure. As you kind of get close, there doesn't seem to be a door to the tower. There is this kind of large lake that it is sat in the middle of, but there is like a walkway that crosses the water and takes you to presumably the front of the structure. And as you're kind of watching from the other side of this bridge, it's almost like the surface of the tower ripples as someone just passes through the solid crystal wall and just exits the tower and walks across the bridge.
All right. You think this is the type of thing where we just walk in, or we're going to look like idiots when we try to walk in and just bounce our heads off the crystal?
What if I do it and then it's funny, right?
I mean, I wouldn't want you getting hoid, of course, but yeah, it would be funny. Oh, ladies first.
Mira does it. Does she bounce off? Because that would be funny.
You walk over and charge at the solid wall of the tower.
No, I didn't say charge. I said walk. Okay.
I run full headlong into.
I run head first with my head down in a position that you're not supposed to do in American football.
And you pass straight through the wall. It is this strange sensation like you are kind of pressing through water.
I know what that feels like.
And you just pass through the wall. And you guys watch as Mira just pass. You can still see her through the wall, just kind of on the other side of glass, effectively.
All right, well, I shall try as well.
That was so weird.
And he tries as well.
Chester bounces off. Unfortunately, bugbears aren't allowed in here.
Checks out.
Joking. You pass straight through the wall.
Yeah, Warden's going to try next.
Okay. You make it inside as well.
Warden just walks in, he's like, it'll like look through magic things.
Yeah, it's a bit uncomfortable.
You are a magic thing.
There is a brief moment as like some of the arcana mechanical gears like seize up as you pass through.
It's like how like some people like fillings like certain tones can like vibrate them or something uncomfortably.
Oh yeah. Sometimes I feel like that when I touch really strong magnets. I'm like, ugh, my bones. It's because I'm secretly Wolverine, just so you guys know.
But yes, it is this kind of ethereal and otherworldly tower, much like Steph's username.
Oh yeah.
Ethereal.
Yeah, I got there.
Steph.
I got there.
It kind of glows itself with this inner light that kind of changes color and intensity as you look. The walls are semi-transparent, which lets a lot of the outside light in, but it does have its own inner light. And as you kind of enter, you can see all of these shimmering reflective surfaces all over the place, and a lot of just kind of floating and moving platforms. It's almost like you've walked into a dream in a way, just the way everything just kind of drifts around this tower. You enter in at the ground floor, of course, into the Hall of Radiance, which the Hall of Radiance feels like you've almost stepped into a world of light and color. The floor is polished crystal, and it reflects and amplifies light from various kind of floating orbs. And you can see these intricate patterns that are carved into the wall, and they are pulsing constantly with magical energy. And it just seems to be this sort of reception area and main gathering space for students and faculty. You can see kind of in the center of the Hall of Radiance is this very clearly enchanted chandelier. And every now and then there's just kind of like a pulse of magic that just kind of washes over, which Linger is not here to identify.
Wow, it looks really cool. I wish Linger was here to help. So well.
But like every time this wave kind of washes over you, you can see some of the lights get refreshed, and you just get this kind of like warm and safe feeling as this wave of energy just passes through you.
It's like a warm blanket.
I love
Exactly. There is kind of like a billboard on the wall as you enter, which has some kind of notices for the students and things like that, as well as a kind of list of the areas of the Spiritus Tower. And as you kind of look at it, you can see... God, I've lost her name now. Is it her? God, I'm all over the place. I'm jumping backwards and forwards in my notes now. Yes, Dean Leora. You can see, like, Dean Leora is here, kind of, in this list of the areas, and as you kind of look at it, it's telling you kind of the various areas of the Spiritus Tower, and you watch as it said Dean Leora is at the Celestial Apex, and as you kind of look at it, it shifts to Dean Leora is in the Enchanted Conservatory, and is now showing that Dean Leora is on the 3rd floor of the Spiritus Tower, the Enchanted Conservatory.
It's not very good security.
Yeah, it's just like somebody could just walk through the wall and then find out where she is.
Yeah, what if I was a deadly assassin?
Right? Wait, okay, hold on. Huddle, really quick. Group huddle. We gotta remember what our code names are.
I
Jackie,
have them all written down if
Daytona.
you need them.
Ebony, Darkness, Ravenclaw, something. And who are you, Warden? Robocop?
What did I come up with, Mitch?
Murphy?
You went with
Please
Marcus
help.
Aurelius.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
that's right.
Wow.
Because of
How
course
did
you
I
did.
forget that? Marcus. So Marcus, Jackie, Ebony. Got it.
All right, well, why don't we go to where it says the dean is, the conservatory. Here, let me just grab this candlestick.
Let's do it.
But
That's
yeah, as
a
you guys
Clue
kind of move, you
reference.
can see this list of floors. So you're currently in the Hall of Radiance, and then the next floor above you is the Illusory Labyrinth, and then above that, the 3rd floor is the Enchanted Conservatory, then the Hall of Spirits, and then the Celestial Apex on the 5th floor. And yeah, there is a kind of brief description of what each floor is for, if people are interested in that, or you could just head straight up to the Enchanted Conservatory. Up to you guys.
Why don't we read that one,
Yeah.
at least?
Okay.
Read it up.
So you can see then, 3rd floor, Enchanted Conservatory. Function, study and research of magical flora and fauna. Place for students to relax and meditate.
Catch her while she's relaxing, and she'll be more likely to help, is a thought I'm having.
I think so.
All right, let's go.
You head to the many myriad floating platforms. And you can see there is one that would take you directly to the conservatory. You drift up, and as you do, you do pass kind of the exit, obviously, for the Illusory Labyrinth, and you can see again these kind of crystalline walls. You get the sense that kind of from the outside of the labyrinth you can see through it, but when you're inside the labyrinth, obviously you can't see through it because that defeats the purpose of it being a labyrinth. But you can kind of see as you go past, there are students that appear to be kind of practicing illusion magic as they try and navigate through the labyrinth. You can see they seem to be coming across these kind of interactive predicaments, almost like this illusory minotaur appears in front of one student who just quickly waves a wand and changes it from a minotaur to like a cat, and it just scurries away. And you can see as well, as you kind of drift over and above, in the center of the labyrinth, there is this large orb, and you can see there is a pair of students who can very clearly see everything unfolding, and they keep kind of waving and gesturing at the orb, and every time they gesture at the orb, something changes in the labyrinth. But you guys float past that. Up to the 3rd floor, the Enchanted Conservatory. You arrive at this beautiful garden in this kind of large crystal dome. So it's almost like there is this large chamber with a big dome in the center. And as you kind of disembark and you head inside, you can see all around you are exotic plants. You can see magical creatures are just freely roaming around from the looks of things. None of them seem to be harmful magical creatures. It's the more harmless ones that roam free. And it's this quite serene and enchanting atmosphere in a way. And then you can see directly at the center of this conservatory is this enormous tree.
I love trees.
And you can see there are just various students either kind of walking around. You can see they are very clearly talking to each other, but you cannot hear what they are saying. All you can hear is somehow wind kind of rustling through the flora. You can hear the sounds of the magical creatures, but anything above just kind of peaceful noise seems to be magically filtered out, and people are able to have conversations with each other that only they can hear.
That's like
Cool.
magic or something. Chester's gonna yell out. He's gonna yell echo.
You shout echo, and nothing happens. Just
Oh,
you guys
wow.
hear Chester shout echo, and there is no echo.
That's crazy.
Yeah, no echo. Wow.
And as
Like
well,
a devil's
given,
quack.
given the serenity of this whole environment, not a single person flinches to the sound of someone suddenly shouting, which immediately puts across that idea that these conversations are only heard by the people that you want to hear them.
Chester's gonna yell, "Oh my God, the tower's on fire! Everybody get out!"
Nothing happens.
Okay, well that seems kind of dangerous, to be honest.
Minor
you're
concern.
just a minor one, yeah.
But yeah, what would you guys like to do? As you can see, like, there are a couple of Brotherhood members here as well. They are meandering around the tower in general, keeping an eye on the students, just checking in with people. You can see there are people, a lot of them are just kind of sat on the floor in quiet meditation or reading through spell books, drafting spells, rewriting spells, copying spells into their spell books. You've seen Linger do it all before. You know what's going on.
So many spells.
No one seems to be kind of actively throwing magic at each other here because, that'd be disturbing the peace.
I'm guessing we don't know what this lady looks like.
Yeah.
No, you do not. You do know you are looking for a female Arsima, though.
Do we see a female?
Give me a perception check.
All of us, or just Chester?
All of you, if you're all
Nat
looking.
20.
Damn.
I'm looking.
I don't think I need to.
Yeah, I'm looking, but I don't think I need to either.
I'm slut. I'm gonna let Chester write this one out.
Yeah. That's
Fair
all
enough.
Chester, in my opinion.
Oh, I accidentally nearly opened another instance of OBS. So, as you're kind of looking around, it is almost immediately obvious when you spot her. She's about 5'7" in height, and you can just see this radiant golden skin, silver hair that is just kind of shimmering in the light of the Spiritus Tower, almost as if all of the lights that you've seen being cast around the tower are coming from her. As she kind of turns in your direction, just in general, as she moves over to some other students and is discussing with them, you can see her eyes are glowing quite faintly with celestial light themselves, and just immediately you're like, That's her.
There she
she's
is
got
over
these,
there.
yeah, these like elegant white and silver robes with these like celestial patterns on them. And just in general exudes a very calming aura around her. Everyone's very smiling, happy, very calm as they are speaking with her.
I feel like if I was a student here, I'd want to pick this tower. Anyways, I'm pretty sure that's her over there.
Oh. Oh, she's so pretty.
All right, let me
Let's
go.
go.
Standing and watching
Yeah.
from
Yeah,
a distance.
sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's just
You
I'm
just
in
took a
awe.
heartbeat,
Yeah.
You had to gather up the courage to go over there. All right,
Yes.
all right.
Was it
Whew.
Seminasmar?
Sem was, yes.
Yeah. Wow. She reminds me of Seb. This has been a very Seb-heavy session.
There is like
Honest.
there is a very clearly different vibe to them, but like you do get that similar kind of celestial vibe where Sem could have passed for a human. Sem did just have that like regal air to him, that just came from him being celestial touched.
Ugh,
But obviously
what
with
a
him
guy.
the aura was justice and righteousness from Kahir,
Mhm.
whereas this is more her own vibe. But yeah, so you heading over?
yes.
Yep.
Okay, you head over. She turns around, spins her quarterstaff, and immediately incinerates you all. For she is a powerful mage.
Yeah, we had a
Well-
comment.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Roll
was a
new
good run,
characters?
guys.
Yeah. So you head over. She just kind of looks up from the student she was talking to and kind of finishes off the conversation, smiles, and just kind of walks over to you. You can see as she's kind of walking through the grass of this conservatory, she is barefoot. You can see just underneath the robes. And she just slowly makes her way over to you and... I don't believe I've seen you all on campus before.
We're visiting.
Yeah, we are prospective students. We actually came to see you today, though.
I see. How wonderful. Well, I am Dean Leora Vex. How can I be of assistance?
It's a pleasure, Dean. I am Checky Daytona. My friend here, Ebony.
You're so pretty.
Finds you very
So
pretty,
you.
and I will agree with that. Yes. My God, that might be the booze talking. However, on that note, we do believe she has been coerced because she was very against drinking booze, and suddenly she wants nothing but to drink booze. It is very sad.
It's tearing our family apart.
It's tearing our family apart.
She just says, I want more booze, and then she keeps hitting me.
I see. And
No, I don't hit anybody. I'm not a hitter.
She
I'm
doesn't
a
even
biter.
remember doing it.
I'm a bite. She just... I see. And how long has this been happening?
Few days. Right?
Couple
It's been just a
days.
little few days since we.
Day or two.
Yeah. I touched a crystal and then I just only wanted booze.
Yeah.
I see. Crystals
Mhm.
can be very tricky things to deal with.
Mhm.
And she, very well. If you wouldn't mind, can I take your hand? And she just holds her hand
Yeah.
out.
Yeah,
And she
of
just kind of
course.
takes it gently in one hand and cups her other hand over the top for a second. And, well, first things first. There is nothing to worry about. If there's something to fix, we can fix you.
Oh.
And
Thank
she takes the
you.
top hand off, just delicately
God.
drifts, and as she does, there is like a very brief flash of light in her hand. It's not harsh, it's not blinding, it's this just kind of warm glow very quickly and instantaneously. and you can see a long crystalline wand. And she... Hold still.
Okay,
And
I'm
just
holding.
flourishes the wand towards Mura.
Wow. I like if there's something to fix. It's like, oh boy. Whew. It's like when you go to therapy for the first time and they're like, so tell me about your childhood. And you're like, oh
So
boy.
first things first, not everything needs fixing, okay?
Okay.
Let her be who she truly is.
You're immediately turns into a hag.
Yeah.
I'm Mura Yaga, like Baba Yaga, but like Mura. I'm a house. My dress is a house. Okay, I'm stopping.
She kind of waves her wand and... I see. And she just kind of taps her chin with it briefly and... Would removing this be a good idea? Waves her wand again, pauses. Well, it does seem there is a curse involved, yes. After the pause.
So you said, wait, you did say removing it would be a good idea, right?
Apologies, it was an augury spell. I was...
Yeah. At the augury.
It can be
Augury.
hard to detect the presence of a curse. It's generally not picked up by other magical detection spells. The first thing I did, however, was detecting magic around yourself. But obviously, a curse itself doesn't necessarily exude an aura that can be detected by these things. But there are ways around it for those knowledgeable enough.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
It does appear you've been cursed, though.
Oh, okay. I mean...
Let me just double check if remove curse is a wizard spell. I do think it is.
God, that would be so stupid if it wasn't.
It's fine, because she does practice
can't
some
remember.
other celestial stuff as well anyway. I just want to check if it is a wizard spell anyway. It is.
It is.
It is indeed. She starts to kind of level the wand at you again and pauses and cups the hand again and... Are you aware that there are
Oh no.
a number of things currently in place around you?
No? What do you mean by that? She looks around and she's like, there's Warden and Chester and...
Jackie and...
Oh, fuck.
I mean, if anyone was going to do it, obviously, it's Mura.
Shit. Every fucking game I'm in.
She, it's nothing necessarily bad, but there do seem to be a large number of, crossed wires when it comes to magical effects that are affecting you, shall we say. As you say, if you would like this, alcoholism removed, it does seem to be something that I can do.
What are the other things, though?
That might require a bit more studying, but on the surface of it, there does seem to be something playing havoc with your memory. Have you noticed anything strange with your ability to recall facts?
Yeah, I can't do that.
I see.
There's a lot that I don't remember from like my childhood and after that.
That is
And
quite unfortunate.
Well-
I'm sorry to hear that.
oh, thank you. I don't know. I just kind of thought it was like a just a thing.
Well, I can't necessarily specifically comment on it per se, but what I am picking up is you do seem to be linked to someone or something, possibly multiple. I'm afraid I can't quite tell for sure, again, without, for lack of a better word, and please do not take this for anything intended in any other way than a surface level comment, further studying. Not that you are something to be studied.
No, I'm not offended at all.
Also, this
I
is
would
not
like-
me scratching her nose. I would never do that. Mitch's nose is very itchy. I have magic for that. I don't know what is wrong with Mitch's nose, but it's pissing him off.
Pixie dust.
Yeah, it's the
Pixie dust. Yeah.
Also known
Doctor.
as Wraith Energy. Use code PHN for 10% off.
If we get our own
Like-
custom flavor, it has to be pixie dust.
Absolutely.
Totally. I'm actually gonna buy some next week because I was just thinking about it. I was like, I went through and I checked all the flavors and everything, and I was like, no berry, no berry, no berry, no berry.
yeah.
They have a lot of berry. They have a lot of berry flavors, but they don't have like acai berry in the formula or blueberry, which is very popular. So
The blueberry
Anyway.
lemonade is awesome and doesn't have berries in it.
it's
don't think-
blueberry flavored.
No, I know, but
I'm pretty sure I can't have blueberry flavoring either. I don't know. People ask me all the time. They're like, "Can you eat artificially flavored berry stuff?" And I'm like, "I don't know, but if you want to test it and would foot my ambulance bill, I'd be happy to."
That's fair. I forget that you guys don't have free healthcare.
It's $1,000
No, I don't.
to take an ambulance. I don't either. Anyway, Mira's like, I'm here for like a little bit for the eclipse. How long is studying me?
I
How-
honestly couldn't say, I'm afraid.
Okay, that's fair.
It depends on the extent of what ails you. That said, speaking of ale, the alcohol.
Don't mention ale around there.
Um,
Yeah.
That I could remove.
Okay.
Please. Doctor, I'm just curious about the other seemingly interesting little tidbits there. Would there be danger in removing any of these linkages and memory fuddy-duddies?
That is what I would like to study further to confirm.
Hmm.
The link. Mura's covered up the horns and the runes and stuff, right?
Yeah, I
Did
think
we
we're
say you had-
disguised. Yeah, we've done the disguising of the
Okay,
self.
The link could be any number of things. We do often have students who come here looking to learn more about magic, having made pacts with various entities. It, on the surface, seems like one of these links could potentially be something similar to that.
Mira's nodding. Yes, I think so.
There also seems to be some links to Fey magic.
What? That's
The
crazy.
You know, the sort of magic that the fairies and the pixies and other such creatures are able to produce.
Mira's that monkey meme where it's like,
Oh no!
oh no. Just that like puppet
I
monkey.
love those.
Mhm.
That's my favorite. That's like my favorite meme of all time. What could possibly have caused that? I certainly don't know. You want me to roll a deception check?
Yes,
Because
please.
okay. Fuck.
That sound was the sound of me rolling an insight check.
I know.
You got a high charisma. You might
I actually have a +9 to my deception.
Oh well.
Mira's a great liar.
It's one better than me.
19?
She kind of raises an eyebrow, but doesn't query.
I'm happy to roll a disadvantage because of the face and sound I made. I'm happy to do
No,
that.
it's fine.
No, I will. I will. You want me to? I can.
No, it's fine.
I don't care.
It's fine.
Okay.
She, be that as it may, if these are things you are interested in exploring further, I certainly would be happy to discuss with you. I wouldn't pressure you into it. Certainly take some time. Have a think about it. As you say, you are here for a few days, so come back to me and let me know.
No, I've done a think. Maybe I guess I should one singular think. I guess I'll be right. Can I talk to my friends really quick?
Of course.
And I've pretty much made up my mind because if it's some.
This was also Mitch being like, it gives Linger a chance to weigh in on this.
Yeah. I'm very interested. I don't. She made me as Steph feel so sad, like for Mura, and I think it made Mura feel very sad too for Mura, which is weird because I don't think that's ever happened.
Yeah, let's have a word amongst the three of us, just for a moment.
Just a moment. And they scooch away. I want to do it. I
think you should.
Okay. Warden?
Yes.
Okay.
I support this.
And I didn't want to say it in front of her, even though we kind of said we were going to tell her just about how you could see ley lines. So maybe mention that. That might come into play.
I think I should do that when okay, I'll say that like when we okay. All right, hands in. We're at 1, 2, 3.
Whoa, Bundy. Oh no, that's something else.
Yeah. Mura whispers because she doesn't want anyone to know who they are.
Yeah.
Break. We go back to Leora, and Mira's like, I would like to do it. I would like to be studied. And and also I can see ley lines. Like in the earth. Is that a wait, hold on, Mitch, before I say that. Is that a heretical thing? No, right? Oh no, okay. Well, neither does Mura. I can see ley lines in the earth. So and I can kind of like use them sometimes when I remember to. I have memory problems.
Memory issue, yeah.
She kind of pauses for a second because Mitch is scrolling.
I heard your mouse earlier. You were like, I was like, wow, the notes.
Yeah, there's a lot. Not you. What about you? Life magic, nature spells, druidic arts. Definitely not you, asshole.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah, for real. Also, bear with me, my back is really itchy. And I was stuck to my chair because it's very hot. It also gets very hot in my room when I stream. Because I'm so hot.
Y'all need some AC up in there. Yeah, up in that country.
But yes, we
do. That's not AC.
We do need some AC. Poor wizards over here. She takes a second. Well, that is certainly very interesting. We do have a number of students here who study geomancy and similar schools of magic. Not all of them are able to see the ley lines, though. That takes many people a lot of research and practice. That is quite an impressive skill to have.
Oh, thank you.
It could potentially be worth, if you are looking to learn more about ley lines and things like that. Perhaps I do know a thing or two, but I'm more spiritual, dream magic, divination magic, celestial magic. But if you head to the Lamari campus, Dean Hayashi, he focuses on elemental and energy-based magic, enchantments, and more practical applications of magic in general. But as an elemental expert, he teaches a lot of our geomancy students. And he might know about the ley lines. But certainly I could potentially answer some questions about them if you have questions. That did sound like it was leading to questions.
No, I just thought it would be a good idea to mention that as like one of the connections things, maybe. So I do have questions, but I think it would be more beneficial to get studied by you first and then ask the questions
Absolutely.
later.
That it certainly does track now, knowing about the ley lines. You do very much have a connection to I don't want to say the ground, but the ground.
Yeah, I think so.
Just sort of how ley lines are. I don't know. I'm not a ley line expert, as I say. But perhaps, certainly not right now. But perhaps, if you... Are you planning to stay after the ball? After the eclipse?
Yeah, I think so, for like at least a little bit.
Certainly could.
Yeah, for sure.
Very well. If you are staying afterwards, perhaps the next day or the day after, give you some time to recover. I know how these celebrations often go. Come back here, and where would be best to do it? Perhaps we'll meet in the Hall of Spirits, in the Spiritus Tower here.
Okay.
And she kind of smiles. It's a place for summoning and communing with spirits and ethereal beings. It makes it easier to do things like this, and she waves the wand and you see this kind of spectral apparition appear. It's this... for those of you who know, it is a very, very large cat. It's a Maine Coon. Just kind of appears and is just kind of prowling around the garden, and you see as it kind of sees some of the other kind of magical cat-like creatures and just launches towards them and starts play fighting with them.
I like it. It's really cool, actually.
We do a lot of very cool things in the Spiritus Tower.
I dig it. Very, very cool.
Yeah, it's like haunted, but like in a cool way.
Yes. It's the way the crystal is attuned allows us to more easily recreate such phenomena. Yes. Summoning spirits, communing with spirits. Those sorts of magics are amplified by the crystal. Similarly, it could be worth, and she kind of delicately lets Mura's hand back down and kind of turns and points her wand towards the tree. We call it the Tree of Whispers. Does it always work? No. But the theory, and when it does work, is that the Tree of Whispers will grant knowledge to those who sit beneath it and listen to the rustling of the leaves. So perhaps you might be able to gather some quick answers meditating under the tree.
Yeah, I would love that. I should do that. I'll do that. Thank you.
I'm game as well if it's open at all.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And in the meantime, and she just taps Mura on the forehead with her wand. In a few hours, you should be back to normal.
Oh, thank you. I
Lets
appreciate
go and
that.
the wand vanishes.
Thank you.
Is that everything I can help with?
Yes.
Yes, you've been most kind.
You have been. Thank
I
you.
will try my best. This one looks like he's full of trauma, points at Warden.
No.
I'm kidding.
No, leave me alone. I'm working through it.
Very well. If that is everything you need for now, I will leave you to tour the rest of our campus. And I hope it is enjoyable.
Thank you,
Have a
Doctor.
lovely day.
Thank you.
And she just kind of bows her head and turns and moves away gracefully. The robes kind of just flow perfectly behind her. It's just that classic annoying Arsema thing where just everything they do is just annoyingly perfect.
Yeah. Yeah.
And with that, as she turns and heads away, let's go take a little break because I need a pee.
Me too.
So,
All right.
Perfect.
So we will be back in 10 minutes. See ya.
All right. Great.
Break screen. Hello, we're back. Yes, we're fine. Cool. We were worried because Steph and Ethan had switched places in Zoom somehow, but you can reorganize people's cameras in your own Zoom. So I just did that. That's why we're using Zoom over Discord these days.
Yeah. Also, Zoom doesn't randomly, like, I've had camera stuff on.
Randomly booting you and Lindsay out.
Yeah. Zoom has less issues than Discord for sure.
Yeah.
That's fair. GG on the 12 months Prime sub, LibroCube. You sound like a cool guy.
Sounds like a very cool guy. Love that dude.
That's my podcast name, by the way. There you go. Throw a plug in for myself.
Boom. Also, go check out his long play channel.
Oh, yeah.
Library and long plays and stuff. That, when I posted in the thing where it looked like I had a really big penis, that got like 2,000 views.
Oh my gosh.
Of course. Never underestimate the power of a dick joke, I guess.
Absolutely. It's similar with that Pokemon short where, like, for no reason, me joking about flying being good against fighting is because you can't punch a bird, but you can hit them with a car. And for some reason, that's one of our most popular clips.
Yeah, you never know.
It was also because, like, a couple of days earlier, a bird had flown across the front of my car and just absolutely decimated itself. Which is why that comment about hitting birds with cars popped into my head. But anyway, D&D. What would you guys like to do? You've been directed to the Tree of Whispers, if you would like to use it. Or you can just, leave.
I think I would like to go to... I think I'd like to do the Tree of Whispers.
Yeah, me too. Sounds interesting. How often do you get to commune with a tree?
That's true.
Okay. So who's gonna go and meditate under the Tree of Whispers then?
Me. Warden, you're not gonna meditate? Warden.
Or what? Did you say Warden? I didn't hear Warden first.
Yeah.
Time. Oh no. I mean, I said yes before, so.
Yeah. So we're all gonna meditate.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
All three of you. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I need more medication. Jeez.
You need what?
I need more medication, man.
You just like zoned out completely, and you were like, "Huh?"
He was already meditating. He's already there.
Yeah. Pre-meditation, meditation.
See, I've already reached inner peace clearly, so you messed it up.
Inner peace. Okay, cool. You head through the conservatory then, and it is directly in the center. The leaves kind of shimmer with their own otherworldly glow. Everything here is glowing. That's the point I'm getting across. Everything in the Spiritus Tower glows because it's cool. The colors kind of shift as the light from the crystals and the light coming through the crystal, through the glass dome, all kind of intersect and hit the leaves. You can hear kind of as you get closer to the tree, barely audible, as the leaves are rustling. These kind of soft whispers. You can't tell if it is actual whispers or if it's just the leaves rustling. But whatever it is, just kind of carries this air and just feeling of ancient wisdom in a way. Even though there's no actual breeze in the conservatory, the branches are just gently swaying. Everything kind of, as you get close, the air around the tree almost feels like it's charged with magic. And as you kind of take a seat underneath the canopy, you almost immediately feel a sense of peace and clarity, as if it's almost like inviting you to listen to what it has to say. So who would like to go first?
Barely
I
nobody.
guess I can.
What?
Okay.
Watch and learn, kids.
What's Warden meditating on? The ground?
Man, it's kind of getting itchy inside of this armor.
You up?
How am I going to scratch it? Can't take it all off right now.
So
Just
yeah, what's
let's go with. I think he's gonna think about his father. I think.
okay. There is kind of a long pause as you're kind of almost waiting for something to happen. This kind of unseen breeze almost seems to pick up around you. You don't see anyone else really seeming to react at all. Everyone's almost like they're in their own trance. But as you kind of focus in and you listen to the whispers, you start getting a sense of this feeling of pride, and you're not sure why. And then you can hear as these whispers are filtering in, it's almost like they are describing a scene to you almost. You can see it in your head. This scene of this fully armored individual on the front lines of Old Bellica, just absolutely devastating these constructs as they were assaulting the town. When the lines started to break, he was the first to rally everyone together, and he made his way back into the town and started to get everyone to safety. As you are kind of hearing more of this drift through to you, it's almost like you can hear all these people thanking him. And you get the sense that the survivors that you met in Bellica, that were there when the original event happened, the only reason anyone survived was he gave his life protecting them and getting everyone to safety. He was the first one in to rescue them, and he was the last one out when the constructs came in. But you also get the sense that he has made peace with it. He knew what he was doing. He gave a specific set of orders to Ilias, and Ilias has followed them to the letter. And although the planes aren't really discussed, you get this feeling there are other planes, there are higher planes that do exist. And he has ended up on a glorious battlefield. He's honored, and he is at peace.
Your sword arm is my sword arm. Thank you. And I think Ward will kind of snap back to it after that.
Cool. As you are snapping back, kind of the last whispers, the last thing you almost kind of see in your mind's eye he came face to face with the fake warden, the construct that led the attack on the town. And one of the first things he did was rip the helmet off, and he saw it was not you. And you know that he has that knowledge that Warden didn't betray the town.
Very cool. I'm devastated. Thank you.
I am sorry.
Oh,
Jeez. Okay.
You asked, I answered.
You wanted
how
this.
dare you? How dare you give me exactly what I wanted? I'm a child, Mitch. I don't know what I want.
Could you imagine, though, if I would just be like, he's just vibing on another continent. He ran away.
Oh,
New
hey,
life.
Dad.
New kids.
Hey, son.
Oh my god.
That's my dad, everyone. Oh,
Why
man.
isn't he great?
He polymorphed himself into just a completely different creature. He's living out the rest of his days as a sheep.
Oh, man.
Who's next?
I have one if you
fucked up.
You have one here.
I'll go now. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So Chester gonna sit, crisscross applesauce right by the tree, and he's going to sort of focus his mind, such as it is, on the magician, and with specifics to sort of where would be a good spot to confront him. Would it be in the Corpus Tower? Would it be in his own home base tower? Would it maybe be someone else? He's just he's got his eyes on the prize of the magician, and he wants maybe some guidance towards some strategy or some strategy.
It almost comes kind of in the form of an answer, effectively. Almost like the answer is being whispered into your ear. This voice almost seems to pick up on the wind. And you hear, wherever he goes, he is protected. He is meticulous, he is strategic, and is always several steps ahead.
Well, shit.
You get the sense Corpus Tower, Home Tower, doesn't matter. Both are his home, both are his sanctuary. Can you roll me an insight check? See if you can pull some further information out.
Dice 21.
21. Hell yeah.
Mm.
You get more coming through. The Corpus Tower may hold knowledge to defeat him. It may not. But certainly it holds some of the secrets to his power.
Mm. Thank you, wise tree.
You're welcome, Chester. Ooh, I'm a tree. So I guess Mura's next. Hey, bud.
Oh, I guess. I thought you forgot about me. Yeah, no, I think Mura is going to try to meditate on these mysterious connections that she has. Obviously, one is with a warlock patron of whom remains mysterious. I think one is perhaps with a hag whom she had a dream of once. And I don't know how many there are, but yeah, she's gonna meditate on those, I think.
Mm-hmm. Okay. You meditate on the connections. And the whispers start to come to you as well. The patron is ancient and powerful. They are from a place beyond our own, but are communed with beneath the ground. But they generally tend to keep out of mortal affairs. They like the power that comes to them from the people they make pacts with. You get a feeling of that connection as you think about the hag, and you can almost feel the runes in your skin, like the markings are almost itching, and your forehead where the horns kind of grow out of, or whichever part of Mira's head the horns grow out of.
Her brain, obviously.
That's why it sucks. It's exposed and dried out.
Yeah.
It almost itches like the horns are kind of bursting through again. You get a feeling like you can hear the voice of the hag whispering from the tree in a way. You hear, "Our connection was promised to me. You were a gift." I was waiting for you. You drew closer. And now, I am no longer free. And the whispers kind of shift and fade. And it's almost like you're getting suddenly kind of hundreds of overlapping whispers, and it's a struggle to kind of sort through all of them as you're trying to focus in on what you're hearing. And as you kind of zero in, you kind of start to pick up. All gone. Alice. Syldaris betrayed by his pet. Told him dragons do as dragons want. The flies they saw, they came. I consumed. They say when the fool and his pet were done, naught remained. Maybe the old fool turned himself into stars. Maybe not. I remain. I will break the barrier. I have broken it. The branches take me where I want to go. I will find her. She is back. She is mine. And the whispers start to die away.
Oh, that's concerning. Mura looks unwell.
Can all of you please roll a where's it gone? D6 for me, please.
Oh.
1.
4.
3.
Cool. Chester. For the next 24 hours, the next divination spell you cast will not expend a spell slot.
Oh.
Warden.
What
What did you roll?
Is another
I read
question.
the wrong one, that's why. That would have been so funny if Warden had that. Oh, God.
Give it to
But
him
no,
anyway.
instead,
It's funny.
Warden, for the next 24 hours, you
Yes.
were under the effects of protection from evil and good,
Oh.
as you have been blessed by your father.
Daddy.
Daddy.
Oh god, it is a funny one. Fine, I'll give you the choice, Steph. You gonna stick with the 3 or are you going for a 2?
No, I don't like making choices. Okay, I'll go with the 2.
For the next
I'm
24
vibing, but
hours, you can cast Detect Thoughts, but only get the surface level thoughts of people around you. So you can just hear surface level thoughts for the next 24 hours.
that's what was 3?
For the next week, you can, once per day, immediately identify any magical item brought to you.
That would have been great.
Which is the one that
Damn.
I thought Warden had, because I
That would have
misread
been
2 of your dice
fucking
rolls.
hell.
Like, Warden with no magical ability so far, all of a sudden you bring in magic items, he's like, oh, I know what this is, guys. It's the Shield of the Hidden Lord. And you guys are like, what?
What? And then it just stops all of a sudden. He's like,
Yeah,
what is
after a
this?
week.
The Canto of Windless Water. Ring of Protection. Circlet of Blasting. I don't even want to tell you what that one is.
Very popular on campus. What was mine? It was for 24 hours or?
24 hours, you get the surface thoughts. So you can't do the other effect of Detect Thoughts where you can probe deeper. You can just get the surface
That's
thoughts.
fine. That's fine.
Um,
Who needs to probe deeper, honestly? Good thing no one's trying to read Mura's surface thoughts. It's just, as Mitch sent me this
Screams.
gift. Yeah, it's just, just the DVD screensaver bouncing. Boom,
Yeah.
boom, boom, boom.
For anyone interested, the other effects were, for the next week, being able to cast Commune once per day without a spell slot.
That's cool.
Or at any point within the next week, you can immediately grant yourself the benefits of a long rest once.
Was that 6?
Yeah.
Oh my god. That would have been great. That'd have been great for Linger.
Yeah.
Actually, it probably would have been great for any of
Blast
us.
through her spell slots and then suddenly, oh, by the way, here's more fire.
Yeah.
Um,
Here's more bone shattering bullshit.
Yeah, I was looking for some fun magic items that I could give Linger during this arc, and one of them that seemed awesome on the surface of things, I was looking at, I was like, yeah, this would be a really cool item. Anytime you deal necrotic damage, you can heal yourself. Oh wait, Linger can make any spell necrotic.
Oh, yeah.
I've decided against that, says bitch.
So who knows? She might still get something that can do that because it would be very funny. But also it would be incredibly broken and Linger would just never have the fear of dying again. Cool. So you all meditate. What would you guys like to do as you snap back to it?
Well, should we go talk? Mura looks very sad when she's done, but then looks at everybody and is like, should we go talk to the rock guy?
The rock guy.
Yeah. Do you guys want to share what the tree whispered to you?
The tree
You don't have to.
I will, yeah, of course. You guys are my friends. The tree whispered to me that like my patron is a guy who lives in the earth.
Mm.
Very boiled down. Mitch is like, why do I deal with this? Very ancient.
Mura's lore abridged every time is just sensational.
Pulls notes, yeah.
Also,
so many things just thrown away.
I just look at what I wrote down and I'm like, how do I make this as simple as possible? Because I know she's not going to relay it like properly.
No, of course.
Because she's not me, but like, it's just like, it's like those things where it's like somebody's like, explain a movie bad in one sentence, and I'll see if I can guess it. That's Mura. She will probably explain the hag thing a little bit better. So I don't know if you guys know that I'm kind of connected to like a hag. I told Linger about this hag dream I had once, and I heard the hag talk to me again, and she said that I was a gift and I was promised, which I don't know what that means. My presence is a present, perhaps.
I know
but
Ethan's immediately thinking, God damn it, Steph's a god again. It's not. It's not that, I promise.
You're on thin fucking ice, buddy.
I promise you, it is not what it usually is. I have heard that every single one of her characters always ends up like a demigod or a child of a god.
It just happened again. Like,
I promise it is not what is happening here, and you do have some information about it actually already.
Yeah. In Max's game, my Asmar like is actually like the great grandchild of her warlock patron, which I think is very funny.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it was great. It was cool. And the earth, like the earth spirit, which we didn't know. Anyway.
She is at least an Azamar, so that's excusable.
So, yeah. So Vera's just like, but she told me that I was closer before, like maybe before we went to do, like to the Silent Isle. Well, she didn't specifically say that, but I'm going to assume that because I had a dream that time and that's when I told Linger about it. But we're not close anymore. And she says, and now I am no longer free. So I don't know what I did wrong. And then, oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, do we want the hag to be free? I mean, I'm sure there's nice hags out there.
Oh. I might like to talk to the hag.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's my hag, so.
Yeah.
It's my hag. I wanna live for.
Yeah. And then. Oh, go ahead, bitch.
No, I'm sorry. That was an to myself because I'm scrolling through stuff frantically.
And then I have like kind of like a really frantic, kind of like crazy boys time where I'm pretty sure it was my dad. And he was like
boogie.
Daddy. Where he was like, oh, Alice, I'm gonna save her. I'm gonna break through. I broke through the branches. You're gonna take me where I want to go, and she's back, and I'm gonna get her. But, like, not in a menacing way. Like I'm gonna find her. It was very scattered. So.
Wow, that is a lot.
That was a lot.
I just got a recipe for a Rice Krispie Squares. That's a lot.
Oh.
I saw my dad, so.
Oh my god. Man, you guys really took advantage of this thing. Wow, that's smart.
I have my moments.
Are you gonna make us some Rice Krispies later?
I've already forgotten what it is.
Oh, that's okay.
Damn.
I'm sure we can find like a magic cook or something that can.
Well, Belvedere, he whips up a mean, whatever you want. Really, he's got all sorts of recipes.
Do you have any Rice Krispies, Belvedere?
I'd have to summon him. He's not here at this moment.
Can't tell that he's invisible. I guess the mustache is.
That's why I got the mustaches. Yeah, because that sort of thing will happen. Okay, but seriously, I just learned that in terms of attacking or confronting the magician, no matter where we do it, he's going to have the upper hand and probably kill us. However, if we do it in the Corvus Tower, there may or may not, it was a little vague, be things that will aid us in his stoppage and general deciphering of the no good stuff that he's up to. So, I guess if we have to choose, that's probably the better choice.
All right. I think that was actually, Chester, that was probably the best information gotten this whole time.
He sat there and thought, what would Linger do?
Yeah. All right. Well, I would love to go talk to the rock professor. But if you guys want to do other stuff, that's okay too. We can do whatever you guys want. I'm here. I'm supporting everybody on their adventure to self-enlightenment.
I like the idea that while we're not at our full fighting force with Linger indisposed for the moment, we take care of things like this. It makes sense to me anyway.
Yeah. Let's go. Let's go to talk to the rock guy.
Dwayne Johnson. So you make your way then. You can literally jump in a boat from here, and it can take you around the waterways all the way around to the Potentia Tower, directly to it. You can either go around the outskirts of the Citadel or kind of through the center, because of how the waterways are done, so it's up to you guys. Or you can walk all the way there, also up to you. Either way, as we handwave part of the journey, can someone roll a percentile for me again?
Is it my turn? Or Chester's?
No, you go. If there's another one, that'll be mine.
12.
Ooh.
Okay.
Low.
Very high last time, very low this time.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Why are you making that? Why are you making that sound?
Sound good.
You head out of the Spiritus Tower. What's the plan?
Go to rock.
Boat?
Get on boat. Yeah.
Tower explodes. What's the plan? No, I'm joking. Okay, cool. You head out the tower. You make your way back across that bridge and towards the waterways where you can grab another enchanted boat. And as you do, you kind of hear over to the side. Excuse me, a moment before you catch your boat, if I may.
What's in my pocket? Oh, sorry.
And you turn around, you can see it looks like quite a scruffy student, kind of messy brown hair, quite short brown hair. They're about 5'6". He looks to be human, but you can see there's like butterflies just kind of floating around him. He's wearing like a suit jacket, but like pajama trousers and like a half tucked in shirt. And he sorry, just before you embark, do you have a moment?
Oh, yeah, I have a moment. Do you have a moment, Jackie and Marcus?
Ooh, wow. Yeah.
Sure. Yes.
Very well.
Of course.
And he just kind of like, he holds up his hands for silence, almost like he's conducting. I can be long, or I can be short. I can be grown, and I can be bought. I can be painted or left bare. I can be round or square. What am I?
Oh boy, Linger here for this sort of thing would be so
wow.
nice.
Short,
You're that son of a bitch.
round,
Son of
square.
a-
You're not gonna hurt us with a wrong answer, are you?
Of course not. I would never.
Okay,
Uh,
that's cool. It's just, I'm a bit of a fellow arcane trickster. So, game recognized, etc.
what's
Long,
He's
short.
just sort of nervously shuffling from one foot to another.
long, short,
Square.
square?
Round. Hmm.
Yeah, could I have it one more time from the top?
Yeah.
I can be long, or I can be short. I can be grown, and I can be bought. I can be painted, or left bare. I can be round, or square.
Hmm.
Mura's like, one moment, huddle up. Mura
Is it
huddles up.
helicopters? I feel like
Is
it's
it a pump?
helicopters.
I think it's a pumpkin.
I had stick.
Yeah, no, that fits.
And fucking long, short, brown pot.
Helicopter.
Are you going with stick?
I think we should go with stick.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm happy to go with stick.
I don't think pumpkins can be square. Maybe Minecraft,
Yeah, that's true.
my favorite game. I love Minecraft, says
Can
Mura.
you have a square stick? I mean, if you whittle it into a square, it's still a
Yeah.
stick, right?
Hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know. That was first thought, worst thought, as the saying goes. Oh no, wait, it's first thought, best thought. Okay, well maybe it is
Let's-
right. I don't know.
Let's go with stick. I don't know. I can't think of anything.
What's the worst that could happen if we're wrong, right?
He throws books at us.
I mean, we can beat them up.
Free
easy.
books.
Yeah, we can beat him up. Okay.
True.
Mira gets out of the huddle and looks at him, and she's like, "If we get this wrong and you try to throw books at us, I'm gonna beat you up."
Don't get it
Yes.
wrong then.
What?
Good
You
point.
said you weren't gonna hurt us.
I did. What is your answer?
Okay. You're not gonna hurt us, but the books will. I guess I'll give it. It's a. Is it a stick?
You see he winces. Wrong. It is clearly
It's a
nail.
pumpkin.
Mura
Oh.
takes 6 points of psychic damage.
Wait, what was the answer?
A nail?
Nail.
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 I'll
How do you
Fucking
paint
I'll
a
give you
nail?
one more
Oh.
chance.
It's a nail.
How do you paint a nail?
You would
Oh, like a
polish.
fingernail. I see.
Yeah, like
I can be cracked, made, told, and played. What am I?
Cracked, made, told,
And
Told.
played.
played.
Make a joke.
Oh, I put mad.
Make a joke. Tell a joke. Play a joke.
Ooh, I think
Joke.
we have a wiener. Yeah.
Joke. Yeah.
Why don't I say it this time? You took a little damage there for that
I
first one.
did. Oh, be
Yeah,
quiet.
I'll say it this time, and then what? If there's sometimes these things happen in threes. You get the last one.
Morden, if he tries, if he hurts one of us again, you gotta punch.
Thumbs up.
Is it a joke? You little
It
trickster.
is indeed. Excellent.
Yay.
One more. Yes?
Yes.
Rule of threes.
Okay.
I'm not alive,
We're
but
doing
I
this.
can grow. I don't have lungs, but I need air. I don't have a mouth, and I can drown. What am I?
Have no mouth, but I must scream.
Well,
Oh, it's a horn. It's a horn. And it's a horn. Right? You
You
can.
can drown a horn.
Oh yeah,
Makes it drowning.
Oh.
Makes like a drowning set. Like
No, like you
No.
fill it with booze and you drown it down.
maybe not the one.
Okay, hold on.
Not the
Not
lungs.
alive, but I can grow. I have no lungs, but I can breathe.
Yeah, I mean, I
You
have
can
this
blow
blue
into it.
Zilla, which I sort of breathe through when I'm playing it.
Yeah, one more time. Riddle me once more.
You want the whole thing once more?
Yes,
Yes.
please.
Yes, please.
It is, I am not alive, but I can grow. I don't have lungs, but I need air. I don't have a mouth, and I can drown. What am I?
Oh, don't have a mouth though.
Yeah, because
What was the last verse? You don't have a mouth, but you can drown.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have a
Okay.
mouth, but I can drown.
Hmm.
What can grow that's not alive?
Oh yeah, this one's trickier. I was so confident with your horn answer there that I can't get horn out of my head now.
Is it a
Yeah.
cloud? Like, because clouds are not alive, but they can grow. They're not alive, but they need air because they're in the air, and
They
they can drown people because they're
With
wait.
rain.
It could be a river too. Rivers grow and also need
Yeah.
air, I think. Maybe not.
Maybe
And
it's-
rivers have mouths, so never mind.
Mura's single brain cell expired with immediately getting the joke one.
Yeah.
Is that sometimes a DM will allow an intelligence check for a hint?
Go for it.
Is that something you would?
Yeah, go for it.
Ooh, thank God.
Oh, I'm not.
I mean, it's not gonna help, but still, maybe.
What is this?
Wait, are all of us gonna roll it? Can we all roll it?
100%.
Or
14.
Six.
I'm running
Um,
in the rolls.
Here's your hint. It's not a haunt. No.
damn it.
That's not a bad hit. That's because I couldn't get it in my head.
Should
No,
I
I
use one
know.
of my inspirations
Um,
on this, you guys? I have 3. Should I? I'm
Up to
hoarding
you.
them. What do you guys think?
Mm,
I'll save it. I'm getting the consensus of.
Yeah, I've only got the one.
Well, I have 3, so I'll you know what? I'll burn one. Why not?
Okay.
Fuck it. We ball.
Wow.
Zero.
That was 0. Hey, you get an inspiration back.
Yeah.
Nice.
Wow.
There's a 0.
Mura,
It is a
definitely a
horn.
horn. Chester. Honestly, I think one of the best hints I could give you without putting too much thought into it is, personally, I wouldn't have gone with drown. But obviously I could see why, because mouth and drown makes sense. It is a thing you can also smother, which would have the same effect as drowning it.
Fire.
And it probably also needs air to grow.
So fire.
It's fire. Above
Yeah.
game, definitely, isn't it?
Yeah, that
I mean,
makes sense.
fire makes sense because the fire can grow. It's
It
not
needs
alive.
air.
Needs air.
I don't know, you guys. I still
All right,
think it's
Warden.
warm.
Drown of fire.
Okay.
Okay. I think we got the final answer. We think it's fire.
Corn. Oh. She said that really softly. So.
You say fire. And he... Excellent. Very
Oh,
well.
thank God.
Tell me, why did the wizard bring a ladder to the spellcasting competition?
Wait a minute. I thought you only said that there were 3 of these.
Because he wanted to reach new heights in magic.
Bring a legend.
Yeah.
Are you like, I think you should stick to your career as a wizard.
Can someone roll me percentiles?
That's Maywood.
Yep. What does
Oh,
this
to
guy
bring a
look like, by the way?
letter.
He's short, has brown hair.
61.
61. Pardon me while I just bring up the table.
Mm,
The riches table.
yeah.
Exactly. 61 riches coming your way. For the next minute, you must all shout when you speak. And you watch as he starts kind of dancing towards the edge where the water is, and he... In a tower that shimmered so bright, lived a jester who loved to take flight. With a leap and a bound, he'd float off the ground and vanish right into the night, and he just jumps, floats into
Please
the air.
don't say tower in front of me. I have drama.
vanishes. And you watch as he just vanishes in a puff of smoke.
Oh. But we remember what he looks like, right? Because we got the description. I mean, I don't, but
Can
I'm
everyone
Mura.
roll me an intelligence check?
Fuck.
3.
Come on,
16.
Mura. Also 3.
Chester, it's fuzzy, much like you, but you are just holding on to some scraps of what you had seen.
He's quickly gonna break out his bongos of illusion that he now owns and just start tapping away at them, and then bring up an image of this guy that he just saw so he can get it into everyone's mind. Okay, yes, this is what this
Take an
man
inspiration
looked
for that. That was
like.
fucking sick.
Well
That's smart.
done.
Good
Yeah.
Gotta get these new bongos up and running, right?
Yeah.
I don't even think like me as a person would have ever thought of that. I would have been like, well, I gotta scribble it in a
I
paper.
was gonna say, I heard him say take out. I assumed he was just gonna break out the cartography tools and start trying
Yeah,
to
me
draw them.
too. Yeah. No, that was genius.
He next level.
Mira's like, okay, I got it. She does not got it. She works on committing
we
this to
yell at
memory.
each other, of course.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
I got it.
Every time Mura says, I got it, you all hear a narrator in your head going, she did not got it. She did not, in fact, got it.
She did not get it at all. No, there was no gotting.
Cool. So you climb into the boat then, or are you doing anything else?
Well, if we see a guard, maybe we let him know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you'd be able to find a Brotherhood guard.
Yeah.
It's this kind of short, 5'6" guard, messy brown hair.
Wait a minute.
I'm joking.
Hey.
It's a Dwargar.
No. You guys, I think that's the tower.
You guys are never gonna trust
I
me
kill
again.
him. No. No.
And why should you?
It was getting a little too chummy around here, wasn't it?
Yeah, you tell a guard. They thank you for the information.
I'd play the bongos again and show them what they look like.
Cool. You watch as one of them takes a piece of parchment out, and just with a flick of their wand, there is a flash on the parchment, and it is almost like a picture has been taken of that illusion and placed on the parchment.
Cool.
Which is a spell.
I
that one of
assume
my
there's a
friends
reward
developed
of
in one
some
our home
sort.
games. You up?
I assume there's a reward of some sort for information leading to the capture of this trickstery fellow.
There is a pause, an eye roll, and one of the guards just kind of reaches into very clearly a bag of holding as you watch the arm just disappear up to the elbow into this tiny little pouch on their belt. And they come out with a sack and they just throw it to you.
Thank you, sir.
And there is 100 gold inside.
Ooh. All right. What's here? Here's 33 for you, Mura. Here's 33 for you, Warden, and I guess I'll have 34.
Yeah, that works for me.
I mean, he's just so good with the money, you know? Why not?
Yeah, I think he. Well, he did. He also remembered the guy, so
It's his finder's fee.
yeah.
Cool. So are you getting on the boat?
Yeah.
Okay. You get on the boat. Boat explodes. You
Oh,
will die.
Roll up new characters.
Are you going through the citadel or round the towers?
If we go around the towers, would we swing by the Corpus one to get an eye on it?
It honestly depends which way you go. So if I switch to the map for everyone to see on the stream as well. So Instantia is obviously in the middle. You guys are at Spiritus at the moment, which is northeast. Potentia is southwest. So genuinely depends. If you go anti-clockwise, you miss the Corpus Tower. If you go clockwise, you pass the Corpus Tower.
Why don't we go clockwise?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
As well.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Okie dokie. In that case, the Corpus Tower. So as you're kind of heading through the lake, or the waterways rather, they do kind of intersect with the lakes, and they do then pass under these bridges that lead into the towers. So as you are passing the Corpus Tower, it is tall and quite elegant, as towers go. It is just this kind of smooth grey stone with ivy creeping up the sides. It blends quite seamlessly with the surrounding academic buildings, to the point where, like, if it wasn't by itself in the center of a lake and was actually kind of closer into the campus, you would just hand wave it as another wizard's tower, just taller, wider, and slightly more impressive. It is that kind of classical design with, like, tall arched windows and a big pointy roof like a wizard's hat. And there is a weather vane that you can see at the top of the roof, which is shaped like an open book.
Cool.
As you drift past the Corpus Tower. And you continue round. Here we go. You continue through the waterways, passing the other campuses, and eventually reach the Potentia Tower. It is in this kind of serene southwestern corner of the Floating Citadel, and it's sort of put here as like a testament to like a balance of elemental forces in a way. So the design itself is quite inspired by like Eastern architecture, in case you couldn't tell from the map. And it just has this kind of aura of like tranquility and elegance to it. Where's the proper description gone? It has vanished. Oh no.
Ooh, magic.
Yeah. There is like a kind of series of these stone bridges that lead from parts of the tower to the other. And they are all adorned with kind of lanterns and floral motifs. There's curved rooftops, sliding doors. You can see a few kind of serene gardens at various points throughout the tower. It very much seems to integrate natural elements and open spaces to give you like free-flowing air and light through the tower. And you disembark the boat. And you head inside. This one is a lot easier. It's one of those kind of classic like Japanese sliding doors. I don't know what the actual name for them is. I just know they're like the paper sliding doors. And you head inside. And the ground floor is the elemental atrium. Very similarly, you can see there's kind of like a board on the side that tells you the various levels. And the elemental atrium is quite an open space. There is still the ceiling of the floor above you, but almost like everything around it is open space, and it's just connected by these arches, effectively, to the floor. There's this mosaic floor that depicts the various elements and symbols that represent the various elements. There are tapestries of kind of primal forces of nature, and this kind of circular fountain at the center, surrounded by a small garden and some small trees. And you can see there is a teacher. It doesn't look to be the actual dean themselves. There is just a teacher doing a demonstration right now, summoning water elementals out of the fountain and kind of showing the students how to summon water elementals. And as you look, the tower once more is split into 5 floors, because I wanted to make life easy for myself. So this is the elemental atrium, and then above it is the Hall of Flames, Wind's Sanctuary, Earth's Embrace, and the Sky Temple.
Like from Zelda.
Yeah. Currently, the Dean, Dean Hayashi, is currently in the Hall of Flames on the 2nd level.
Well, shall we?
Yeah.
We shall.
Let's do it.
Okay. Again, there are more floating discs here that are less impressive than the kind of like majestic floating platforms of the Spiritus Tower. Here it's just kind of, it's a floating disc to take you up to the next level. And the Hall of Flames, as you kind of step off onto this floor, is very clearly dedicated to the study of fire magic. Who'd have thunk it? You can see it is just wall to wall lined with these enchanted braziers that have these kind of color changing, ever burning flames in them. And just even as you kind of step off, there is warmth, but it's not like overbearing heat like you'd expect. And the warmth and the light almost seems to energize you as you step onto this floor. And you can see kind of through a crowd of students, there is a tall man. That is all. Just a tall man. That is
I love
his
tall
name,
guys.
Tall man.
6'5", blue eyes, finance.
God's sake.
You've done that to yourself.
Why is he not? Here he is. I was going to say he wasn't showing for a second. He is human from the looks of things. He seems to be quite calm and approachable from this first look. He has this kind of dark, straight hair that is neatly tied back into a low ponytail, and has very, like, attentive eyes from the looks of things. And as you watch, you see he kind of takes a step back towards this large brazier behind him and just puts a hand directly into the open flames. And as he thrusts his hand out, an enormous fire elemental is pulled from the fire. You see as his eyes go red. The irises suddenly change color to red. He seems completely unharmed as the fire kind of explodes. His skin is still this kind of warm, sun-kissed color. No burn at all that you can see. This meticulously trimmed beard comes to the perfect point. The flames brush over his face. They don't touch his hair, his beard, nothing. And you can see he's wearing these kind of deep blue and gold robes that kind of match the same colors that you've been seeing around the tower itself, with these intricate designs that show various different elements. And you watch as he just summons this enormous fire elemental. And so, students, this will be the focus of the next 2 months of study. How many of you have summoned a fire elemental before? And you see a few of them put their hands up. One of them
Buster
is
puts
just
his hand up.
One of them, you can see their hair is like patchy and burnt off. And there are many who say that fire is the most dangerous element to tame. It can be feisty, and the fire elemental suddenly turns on him, and as it starts swinging towards him, you watch as he just, out of nowhere, this blade appears in his hands and just cuts through the arms of the elemental, and the flames just return to the brazier. But with time, you will learn to control them. And he clicks his fingers, and the elemental stands to attention. Are you all
Warren just leans
excited?
over
And the
to-
students, why?
Warren just leans over to Miro as like, actually, the most deadly element is the element of surprise.
Oh, I didn't know that was one of the 5 elements. That's
You
fine,
learn these things
right?
in the Silent Dial.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Water, earth, wind, fire, silence.
And he-
Surprise attack.
For your homework today,
Ooh.
I would like you all to read Chapter 3 of Mastering the Elements. And remember, if you're going to practice summoning outside of my classroom, make sure it's done in the summoning areas. Class dismissed, and as he says dismissed, the fire elemental just disperses.
Okay, so cool.
And the students start
Oh,
picking up their
hi.
things and leaving.
Oh, we gotta talk to him now. Okay. Mira scoots. Excuse me, Dean.
Hello.
Hi. I'm a prospective student here, and I'm visiting, and I spoke with Dean Leora, and she said that you know about element. I feel like that's putting it rather simply, so sorry, but I'm sorry. I'm nervous. I'm Ebony, and she's like, so I can like see the ley lines of the earth, and she said that maybe you could help with that.
He kind of rocks back on his heels slightly and... Would you like to know a secret, Ebony?
Yes.
And he leans
Absolutely.
in, and you can... It's almost like you can smell the fire he was just summoning. I can see them too.
Ooh,
I've
that's
never
exciting.
Anyone else who can see them?
It is... not uncommon, but rarer than I would like. Many of my geomancy students never develop this ability, and it can take years to master. It took me the better part of my life. So far.
Yeah, I understand.
Mira's like, it just happened to me one day.
I would not say that I have any level of mastery, I think. But it's a thing that I can do for sure.
I see.
It's just, you know.
And why is it you were sent my way?
Well, she said I have like a lot of connections on me, and she's gonna like study them because things are I'm mysterious in a way, I guess. This is not a great description. I wish I could use words better. It's not my strong suit. But
if I may interject,
yeah, please. Oh, please.
we are wondering, Professor, if you are able to tell, perhaps, how someone who admittedly has not trained in these fine arts that you have spent your life doing would develop this ability to see ley lines just like at the snap of a fingers. It's sort of an interesting quandary, wouldn't you say?
Thank you, Jackie.
It would be. For someone to suddenly develop the ability, I'd say probably the easiest way would be to level up and take it as a feat. Outside of that, generally, from what I've come across, it would be prolonged exposure to an area of significant leyline activity. Sometimes magical mishaps can have benefits to them. Part of my control of fire began after a mishap with a fire spell. I would say it's not out of the realm of reason that someone could be born with it innately. It does happen. Take the deans here, for example. Many of us were born with a specific affinity to a school of magic, and many have in the past. The elements have always been intriguing to me, and I was born with a natural ability to command them.
Well,
Someone,
that is a fine
for
kettle of
example,
fish.
like yourselves, suddenly developing the ability later on in life, as I say, an event of significant magical power, perhaps, the unintended destruction of a magical artifact, for example, the release of magic from that would trigger a large number of effects, one of which could be various individuals suddenly developing specific magical abilities.
Interesting.
So I have memory problems. So I don't really remember what it was.
I see.
That's why I was talking to Dean Leor. She's trying to help me with my memory problems.
Could all be connected. The memory problems coinciding with his ability. It almost
It is
makes
entirely
sense.
possible, yes.
Yeah.
But, try not to think too hard on it.
Not a
Things that
problem for
happen
me,
to
Eric.
us. Things that happen to us often happen for a reason, and these sorts of abilities that we are burdened with, for some, can in time be learned to be gifts, and can be controlled. And you watch as he just lifts a hand up Mura. And you've seen, as you've kind of been moving around the citadel, there are ley lines aplenty around the floating citadel. And as you're watching, almost like it is slithering in through one of the open windows, you can just see a thin sliver of a ley line seems to have kind of pulled away from where it was. So, like, it's almost like there's the main thread of the ley line, and he's pulling a small part of it in towards him, and he just grabs hold of it. The Chester and Warden, you just see, he just reaches up and seems to just grab hold of something in the air.
Chester makes the same signal. Okay, well, that's...
And he These things are not always what they first appear to be. And lets go, and it just snaps back.
Oh, wow. That was amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah, I guess maybe I shouldn't be as concerned with that as I should be with, like, my memory issues.
I would say focus on regaining your memory first, and if the ability to see the ley lines remains, then it truly was a gift.
Yeah.
And a very useful one at that.
It is very useful. It is. Thank you.
That's quite
Thank
alright.
I feel like I have a lot to think about.
Is there anything else I can help you all with?
I'm good.
Just out of curiosity, do you have a name for your fire elemental friend that you call there?
Of course.
Okay, bye.
That one's Stephen.
Mm.
It's a good
Don't
name.
worry about if you saw the arms being cut off, don't worry about that. They're not real. We do it all the time.
It's part of the act.
It is. And he just sort of moves over to the side and picks up a towel and just starts drying his face off a bit, and then you watch as he just preens the beard.
All right, well, I feel like, we learned some things, which is always nice.
Yeah. This has been a very thoughtful experience at the college, at the university, the wizard school, at the Citadel.
On this floating island. Okay, well, what do we do now, would you say?
I don't know. I think I'm good.
I got a dog.
Yeah, there's a dog outside of this door. She's not happy.
I suppose we could go check out
Linger.
Linger.
Hexnay on the Linger.
What was Linger's code name?
Sunset.
Sunset. Oh, right. It just came to me.
Yeah, we should go check on Sunset. See how she's faring.
Cool. So you head out of the Potentia Tower then? And are you just heading straight back to the Adali campus and checking on Linger?
I think so. I'm gonna grab this dog.
It's okay. Does someone want to roll percentiles?
I think it's back to me then.
Back to Warden.
It's 51.
51. Cool. Are you boating back to Adali?
Yeah.
Cool. Heading back the way you came, or heading through the center?
Feel like
Why don't we go north, and then that way we will have seen all of the towers.
that's true.
With the exception of the Instantia Tower.
Yeah, we're going to be there for the. Why am I talking in character to the DM? Well,
No.
DM, we're going to be there for the thing eventually.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay.
I had Instantia in front of me thinking you were going to go back through the center. It's fine. You jump back in the boat.
No, you can't have this.
And do not roll another encounter with my good friend who shall remain nameless for now. You jump back in the boat, and as you make your way around, you pass the Animus Tower in the northwest corner of the floating
The
citadel.
Animus.
Again, as with the others, this lake is absolutely
Headless dog.
pristine.
Yeah.
And as you kind of pass it, it is a marvel of this almost kind of gothic architecture. Architecture. It kind of gives you this aura of mystery and scholarly pursuit in a way. It's tall, it's spired, it is dark stone adorned with these intricate carvings and gargoyles that seem to almost watch over the citadel. And you can see vines just creeping up the walls, almost like they're growing out of the lake and spiraling around. As you drift past it on the boats, you see others kind of drifting all around you as well. Is there anything else here? No. Cool. That all comes later. Excellent. You drift back round to the Idali campus. Or back to the Spiritus Tower and then walk to the Idali campus if you so choose.
What's
is there anything
we
you'd like?
went by this. What is this one? That so I don't know if you see
The
a ping on the map there.
campus.
Yeah, I'm just curious about like the walls there. They're very pronounced.
It's just kind of a walled off building. You can go and investigate it if you want, but we'll leave that for a time when you potentially head to the campus, because it's more fun that way. Is there anything else you guys want to do in the Idali campus? I can give you a bit more info about it if you would like, about sort of stuff to do. If I can find it again, wherever that's gone. Maybe I can't give you more info about what you can do. Ah, here we go. Idali campus. That is the tower. Yes, so as you're kind of wandering around the Idali campus as well, so there are a few places that are kind of like key areas that are pointed out. There is a Hall of Mirrors, which features kind of at the far end of the hall a special enchanted mirror, which they say leads to their special created mirror dimension for advanced illusion training. So it's kind of like a little pocket plane, because those are allowed, but actual plane shifting isn't in my world. There is the Enchanter's Garden, with a fountain of insight at the center. That's just sort of like relaxation and study, with some plants there that can be used for potion making and enchanting.
Bath bombs?
You are?
Maybe some bath bomb supplies there as well?
Yes, absolutely. There is also the Divination Dome. 2 men enter, 1 man leave. That has like a scrying pool in the center. And the Enclave of Serene Thought, kind of on the edge of the campus, in kind of like the heart of one of the forests. And the Whispering Tree in the center of the conservatory at the Spiritus Tower was taken from the Whispering Grove in this enclave. It was grown from a sapling from there.
Well, Chester definitely wants to admire himself in the mirrors for a little while.
Okay, I keep cutting out.
Oh, did you cut out?
Yeah. I think I missed like the last couple seconds.
I said like some really funny and witty things.
I heard people laughing, so it seems so.
But But yeah, it very much the Adali campus in and of itself very clearly specializes in kind of enchantment, illusion, divination. So there's kind of a lot to do around those areas of magic here.
Is this scrying pool available to use for us folk?
Yeah.
We could check in on people.
If it's not being used for a class or a demonstration, then it is able to be used.
All right, well, I wouldn't mind checking on someone.
Who are you gonna check in on?
Okay, well, don't put too much, thought into what I'm about to say here, okay? It doesn't mean anything. I just think maybe it could benefit us if I just check in on, Kay, the bush, and see, since she's sort of wrapped up in all this, might be beneficial to have a look. I said don't read too. I see your look.
No, I think, you know what? I think if it would make you happy, Chester, that you should do it. And you're right. Maybe we could get some insight.
Yeah. Not about happiness. It's about she's wrapped up. She was, working with the tower, seemingly. That's pretty weird.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe we'll see she's in the city here or something. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah. I think you should do it.
All right. He's going to attempt to get in there and do it.
Okay. You head inside. It is currently not being used for a demonstration or anything. And there's a queue of people, but you are able to join the queue. And so this will allow you to cast Scrying on Kay. So I'm just double checking through this. So she needs to make a wisdom save.
Now you gotta find her specs.
She has I'm double checking, so she has a -5 because you know her well.
Oh, he knows her well.
Yeah. Oh shit. She'd also have a -4 as well because you have a ring that belongs.
I was just gonna say, yeah.
So she has a -9 to the saving throw.
Oh, you in trouble.
What's
You
just
in
a save
danger,
DC?
girl.
Oh, it uses my save DC? It is it? Oh, where
I mean, you're getting a 5th level spell for free, so it is using your save DC, unfortunately.
15. Or
cool.
no, 16.
Cool. So that
16.
will be a 14 -9 for 3.
Oh, she's doing it.
So the scrying pool kind of ripples and shimmers before suddenly showing you an image. And I'll say, because it's just fun to have these sorts of things happen, I'll say you can choose to allow Mura and Warden to see as well if you want to. So it's the sort of thing where, like, other people can see it if the person using it allows it. Because that's kind of fun. So you look into the pool. You can see and hear through the sensor, so you can hear it as well. So you'd all be able to hear it. You can see Kay appears to be underground from the looks of things. She is flanked by a pair of drow who seem to be wearing similar attire to the drow that you saw working for the Empress. And you see as Kay kind of storms through this door and into the room behind it, And as kind of the edges of the vision unblur as she gets closer, you see she starts you hear she starts shouting something and is almost immediately silenced by a shout from this large, imposing figure who was kind of on one knee in the process of cleaning this large spoked wheel that seems to be on the side of a chariot. As he kind of turns to face her. You would intrude into my sanctuary and presume to shout at me before invited to speak. What could you possibly need? And Kay kind of looks at the other drow, looks back at him, and she, God, I can't remember her voice now.
That's okay, neither can I, so...
I feel like she had an American accent, so I'm going with it, because I feel like she did. I think she did. And I think it was, we've received word that the Empress remains imprisoned. We've tried everything we can to free her, and nothing is working. I have had a run-in with this group of individuals who have been meddling with the Sun God's affairs. And I hear they have even killed the tower now.
Definitely does.
They were the ones who got the Empress imprisoned, but I don't think they have her. They gave her to someone else.
Huh?
As it stands, without the Empress, someone else has to step in. So we're coming to you, because we've worked with you before. And the figure kind of stands up fully, cleans his hands on this rag and just kind of throws it to the side, and you see this kind of dirty, ragged elf in chains kind of scurries forward, grabs the rag and runs away with it. And he... You storm in here and make demands of the chariot without offering. Bold. Besides...
Do we?
Sorry, yes.
No, I was gonna say, do we see what he looks like? Did you already describe it and it just went out of my brain already?
You do not. He is kind of half shadowed, half blurred by the edges of the scrying, because the scrying kind of focuses on the person you're looking at rather than seeing through their eyes. So it's sort of like on the edges of the scrying. And he says, besides, you are also unbelievably stupid. And she seems to almost kind of take a step back, and you would presume to storm in here with someone watching you.
Uh-oh.
Ooh.
Are you simply blissfully unaware? And you can see she starts panicked looking around. Can everyone give me an Arcana check?
Uh-oh. Wow. I really do wish Linger was here.
I'm +1.
Ooh. Well, that's an inspiration for free.
8. You know what? I'm gonna use one of my gift of lucks and reroll that.
Also, sorry, my neighbor is walking.
And
Fence.
I'll use a second of the gift of lucks and reroll that. And I'll use my last gift of luck. 10.
I will say, given it's weirdly coincidental, you can re-roll that one because I think something weird's gone on with the dice for you to get 7 + 1 3 times in a row. And sometimes that does happen with Shard.
No, I got a 9 + 1. I
Okay,
got
fine.
7, 9, 7. Yeah.
Fine. I was going to say that would have been really weird. And it does happen. Sometimes the dice just seem to stick on Shard. Yeah. You watch as this figure steps a little bit more into view. You can see this kind of Praetorian style plate mail as this kind of red and gold emblazoned gauntlet just kind of swipes a hand in the direction of the invisible scrying sensor, and the vision stops.
Damn.
Damn.
His armor looks so cool.
Yeah, he was a cool dude. You know what? A little cherry on top is we got Kay in big trouble.
Yeah, she's stupid.
Normally, it's a bad idea to text your ex, but this time it worked out very well.
Yeah, this was
there you
great.
go.
Good
Just wanted
job.
to show you, I guess. I think Chester is going to actually. He's just going to burn a ascending
Mm-hmm.
to K and just go.
As you finish doing this, a voice behind you, hey guys, if you're finished with the pool, can I have a go?
Oh yeah, please step right out.
As one of the students just kind of steps forward.
Mm-hmm.
And Chester, you hear nothing back from the sending. Because she's dead. No. Not yet. Cool. Is there anything else you guys want to do?
I think I'm good.
I'm good.
How did you enjoy your first experience of the chariot, huh? Wasn't expecting that to happen
Yeah.
today, huh?
No, he seems like a big meanie.
There you all are, Steph. There you all are.
Hey.
Except the
I think
fool,
so.
he's just vibing.
like a big guy.
You up?
I'm the
He's like a big guy. It sounds like.
Yeah. He sounded and looked from kind of this blurry silhouette quite imposing. It's just 3 kobolds in plate mail. Oh my god,
I love
that should
it.
have been the fool. Why did I plan the fool without thinking it could have been 3 kobolds in a trench coat?
Never too late.
It's
never too
true.
late.
It's true. Okay. Is there anything else anyone would like to do? Anyone else want to use the scrying pool? Want to scry on Ervir while you're at it?
No, leave me alone.
Just
a
having a bath.
question about. It didn't jog anything in me, the player's thoughts, but we imprisoned her, but then gave her to someone else. You?
So you captured the Empress and gave her to the Runestone Forge.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm an idiot. Okay, yeah.
No,
yeah.
you're not. You're
And you
not an
currently
idiot.
still hold her from what Ervir relayed to you when he picked you up to take you to the Floating Citadel.
Mhm. Okay. And did she say something about they're trying to get her back, right? Or it sounds that way?
Sounded like it,
Okay.
but she didn't seem like at that moment in time she knew where the Empress was, just that she did very specifically say she has been handed over to someone and is imprisoned somewhere, not we know who has her and where she is. So you would get the
Yeah,
sense
okay,
like
okay.
they are looking to free her, but like right now might not know where she is.
Yeah, she's in a pretty secret place too. So okay, cool.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, you guys want to have a little look-see on someone? Any exes, maybe?
Oh no.
Wooden scries
no,
on his mum, she's just making cinnamon rolls.
Oh,
Guys, we have to go home.
All the guards are just like sat round the table waiting for cinnamon rolls.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
It should have been me. It should
It
have
should have
been me.
been me. Oh my gosh. I don't think so. I will have to think on this.
Yeah, we can almost come back.
There's always Semen Spanner.
And there is always 7 spanners.
There's always Mira's best friend Thorgol.
No, there's not.
You scry on him, he is face down in a ditch.
Mira was about to end that dude. I mean, she could scry on the hanged man. She could try, right? Because she thinks that's her dad. So, fuck. What if I end up getting an insanity again? Okay, fuck it. We ball.
We just go back to the girl there.
We're gonna go back to her anyway. Yeah. So, yeah. Let's fuck it. Let's try it.
Whoa. Threw that straight out of my tray and off my desk.
Yeah. I'm gonna try it.
What is Mira's saving throw?
19.
19. Oh yeah, because you got the fucking thing now, don't you?
Yep.
Jesus.
And doesn't he have minuses because I know him?
If it is who you think it is.
If it is who I think it is.
Let's have a look. Hmm. Here's the thought. Do you have to be on the same plane of existence? Yes.
Yeah.
So you try, and there is a ripple in the water, and nothing.
Ooh.
Didn't work.
Oh, shucks.
Oh,
you just
well.
see like a little loading symbol in the water. It says having trouble connecting.
Yeah. Maybe next time.
Contact your service provider.
Oh well, that's
Yeah, sorry, he's just heard about the tower, so right now he's vibing elsewhere.
Understandable.
He doesn't have anyone to really irritate right now, because he used to just like popping into the tower to piss him off and prove that the wards couldn't keep him out.
Oh man.
Anything else you guys want to do?
Nope. Mira's good.
Okay. And I'm also very happy to revisit all of these places next session when Linger rejoins, if Linger wants to use any of them. We're not gonna just be like, no, did them last time, Linger can't use them now, but we will kind of fast forward them a bit. So it's like, if Linger wants to use them, we're just there, here's what's happening. Cool. Well, in that case, as the ripples fade away across the water and you guys exit the scrying pool, you make your way back towards your accommodations on the Idali campus. Why don't we, just for luck, one more percentile roll?
Whose turn is it's Badger's
Yours.
turn? Oh, it's mine?
Yeah, it's Jeff's.
Okay.
Yeah, there was one while you were dealing with Doggo.
That's true.
15. What is it with these low percentile rolls and me? Why are you making that face, bitch?
Does that mean we get another visit? I'm guessing.
Fuck me, man.
Sorry.
I mean, I asked for it. Okay. You make your way towards the accommodations, and as you do, can you all give me a perception check?
Oh man. Yeah.
I'm doing like amazing at perception checks. Let me just say, I'm due for a bad one. There you go.
18.
18. As you guys are making your way towards your accommodations, Mura, you can hear in the distance the sound of someone being asked a riddle and getting riddle wrong. And as you turn to look, you see that person seems to almost kind of rear back in pain, one of the students. Where's it gone? And you hear this same figure that you saw before. You watch as he kind of starts walking towards the student who's clutching their head, and he, wrong, you're not the one I was looking for. They're not here anymore.
Uh-oh.
You're not the one, and you watch as they pull a dagger out and start advancing towards this student.
Oh no, the guy's gonna kill this. The riddle dude is gonna kill this student. He's gonna
you guys
be
doing
there.
anything?
Low.
Yeah.
You have seconds.
I run. Oh, go
Chester's
ahead.
gonna try to mage hand and just pull him down onto the ground, just like knock him prone.
How
Okay.
far away are we?
You're about 30 feet.
Yeah, can I run over and also try to suplex him? Like maybe assisting Chester.
Sure. It's up to you guys who's assisting who. If
I'll
Warden's
assist.
doing it, we'll make it a strength check. If it's
Okay.
Chester doing it, I'll make it a saving throw from the guy, and I'll do it at disadvantage if you're assisting Chester.
Okay,
So it's sort of like it's
mathematically speaking,
assisting, but
would it
instead of
be
advantage, it's disadvantage on his saving throw. If Warden's doing it, Warden gets advantage.
advantage. So statistically, mathematically speaking,
I don't know. You
Okay.
tell me.
I don't know, man. I
I
don't do
think.
maths.
So I think probably better for opposing strength checks because we're more relying on my big strength,
Yeah. Okay.
which I think is the safer bet.
Yeah. All right. I'm happy.
Give me a strength check.
And good things at advantage. Fuck.
Wait,
Oh, no.
use your inspiration.
Yep. Yep.
You can't possibly roll another two.
Then that's Shard's fault.
Ah, 14.
Slightly better.
Is-
How? With a +0. How?
Wait, you did a save the first time, and then the other one was a check.
What was it? Check. Yeah, why is this? I must have moved down to.
That is true. I'll let you roll a second time, and that'll be the advantage on the check. We'll just ignore the save.
Yeah. That's better.
Let's fucking go!
There you go.
23
Mitch, I believe I'd like
changes
to take that one,
things
please. Thank you.
dramatically, because he nat 20'd, but he has a +0 for 20, so a 23 will still beat it, because
Okay,
you
good.
can't
Thank you.
crit on a check, and it's not an automatic success either. So, you guys watch as he advances on this student with this weird kind of twisted short dagger. As Warden starts sprinting in before sprinting in towards him, you watch as he kind of slashes across the forearms as this student brings his arms up to defend himself, and he, oh dear, did that hurt? Let me kiss it better. Oh wait, I'm the one who did it, as Warden just tackles him. The knife clatters to the ground. He
You need
looks
to change your
round.
zip code. Because I'm taking you to Suplex City.
He looks around and, it's you again. The ones I'm looking for, the ones we need.
Oh.
How fun. And you watch as kind of the paving stones underneath him seem to just slip open, and he just falls into a gap in the paving stones. Warden, you lose your grip, they slam shut, and Mura and Chester, you watch as he just comes like teetering out of a wall next to Warden as the wall kind of opens up. Ta-da!
Chester
Welcome
gonna grab that dagger.
to this fool's paradise. And that's where we're going to end our session.
Jesus Christ, how horrifying.
Oh, he's the fool.
Oh, fuck me!
And Ethan gets inspiration for figuring it out.
Oh, god damn
I'll do
it.
that, to be honest.
To be fair, you kind of walked me to it, but still.
Yeah. I was like, I'm going to drop this right at the end, and if anyone
All right.
is listening, they'll get it. He was also originally going to be wearing a jester's outfit, but, you know, that's what he
Too
changes
on the
into
nose,
when it's
right?
time to really show that he's the fool. Speaking of fools, hey, you guys who are actually watching our stream, thanks for doing that.
Thanks.
Thank you guys.
It was fun.
I hope you all enjoyed. I hope the viewers enjoyed. And remember, we're partnered with Wraith Energy now. Use code PHN
Woo!
for 10% off at checkout, and maybe you won't be yawning like Steph.
I'm so tired.
Me too. There's a new flavor of Wraith came out a couple of days ago. DMT. Not the drug.
I did see
but
that.
It is humorously advertised as the drug, but it's dragon fruit mandarin tonic. That's why it's DMT.
Ooh.
And that's
Might have to
also
try
why the
that.
advert was Lick the Frog.
Oh. Everything makes so much
And
sense
it
now.
comes with little froggos
Oh, that's cute.
in the tub. And also, if you order it in the bundle, it comes with one of the new tie-dye shirts that they've done. 'Cause they have a shirt bundle.
Ooh.
And the shirts go up to
Milf,
like
man, I
triple
love
XL,
frogs.
which is rare for a company based in the UK, so they must have a big US fan base.
Oh my gosh.
Because I have not seen it outside of the US.
Oh man. Well,
With that,
Ooh.
yeah, we'll see you all next time. Also, BT Dubs, just for some insider information, because everyone kept saying, hey, this tower is weirdly unguarded. There are traps and special things on every floor of every tower. If you're an intruder, you could die. Anyone can walk in. So,
Yeah.
for example, with the Hall of Fire, anyone can walk in. If you're an intruder and you walk into the Hall of Fire, there is a trap that will burn you alive.
oh, okay, good to know.
So maybe don't break into the Elemental Tower, because the Sky Temple at the top, it'll just launch you right off.
Whee! Good way to get out of here.
Yeah. Cool. We will see you all next time. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.
End screen.